Hey friends. Hey, uh hi Flameburn. Hey, Walnut Alley. How you guys doing? Uh I had an interesting morning. I don't even have my lights on yet. I'm running a little late. Mostly because I had such an interesting day. I mean, by interesting, I mean awful, but Flameburn, I got spilled soda on my dad today. So there's that. Well, hopefully he took it well. And it, hey, Superfly Todd, how's it going? So many people here so quick. So, wow, I haven't even tweeted yet. Gotta roll with the punches. Yeah, I guess so. I don't even know if I posted a picture of that in the Discord or not. I think I did. Let me look. Yeah, no, I posted a picture of my fan in the Discord. That was fun. It's just, yeah, a fan pic. I've had an interesting, 12 hours, I guess. Let me tweet my stream real quick and I'll get into the all the I've got plenty of stories just from the last 24 hours. Uh, I don't know if anybody even ever reads these tweets. Have any of you watching now ever come to my stream because they saw it on a tweet? Because I kind of get the feeling that nobody uses it. Nobody uses X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, anymore. I mean, I barely use it. I send out my notifications and then that's it. I don't really do anything else. I don't really hang out there. Maybe if I'm using it, maybe I should, but I don't. Wizard. I'm reading a comment Joby One left on the Wizard staff video that I posted in Discord, and I gotta read it out loud because it's too funny. Wizard staff is hard and long. Never knew that. So yeah, I meant the quest was hard and long. But yeah. Okay. Oh, he spilled it. Oh, he spilled it on you. Well, hopefully you were able to take it okay, like without getting too upset. Um, I mean, hopefully he felt bad about it. So I don't know. Uh, Stories are always good. I see it through YouTube recommendations. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm guessing YouTube recommendations is probably where I get more of my audience from anyway. Uh, I don't use Walnut Alley doesn't use Twitter, so that's good to know. I'm old though, so my vote doesn't count. Everybody that plays Everquest is old by now, you know? We're all grown-ups here. So I think it does count, man. Considering the demographic of my audience, if I look at my analytics, My average viewer is like between 40 and 50. EverQuest players are old, man. In fact, I'm going to go and look at it. Maybe it's changed. Let's go to the studio. Let's go to analytics. Audience, here we go. I get way more new viewers than I do subscribers. I can tell you that. I know that for sure. Unique viewers, 8.4K. I get a lot of views, man. For just being like the crappiest EverQuest related channel on YouTube. Like, I get a lot of views. Where does it say who my audience is, though? It usually says something. Okay. Oh, here it is. Age. Yeah, the highest level, like 3.9, only 3.9% is like over 55. So that's a very small audience there. And it's funny, I'm 0% for 65 plus, but I mean, does anybody 65 plus even know how to use the internet? I know older generations like to tease the younger kids today. You don't know what a rotary phone is? You don't know how to do a TikTok video? You don't know how to do a tweet on Twitter? I mean, the kids could do the exact same thing with modern technology. Us older folks gotta learn it somehow. That's why a lot of people have kids. It's not to procreate. It's not to leave a legacy. It's so somebody can show you how to use the new remote. It's so somebody can show you how to use the newfangled coffee maker. It's just obvious. I'm like, so stop making fun of the kids that know how to use stuff that you don't know, because you know you're going to have to go to them in the future and say, hey, can you show me how to use this? And they're going to be like, what? You've never seen this before? What's wrong with you? Are you stupid? You know what I'm saying? This is why I get so annoyed at the at any of those videos of adults kind of poking fun at kids for not knowing something. I'm like, how dare you? How freaking dare you? You are going to be going to them first thing when you don't know an app. And they're going to show you because they're probably better than you are. Okay, getting off my high horse. My horse is high. Okay, oh, and the last of the demographic, so 19.6% of my viewers are ages 25 to 34. I have 0 viewers under 24. So if you're under 24 and you're here, say hey. I don't think there's going to be any. It also says 0 of my viewers are female and 100% are male. So obviously this is wrong, because I know Flameburn is a woman, so it's so let me catch up on some of this, some of the chat that I might have missed while I was on my rant. Superfly Todd just followed me. Thank you, Superfly. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. He did, but screamed from cold liquid hitting my skin, but then I laughed. So that counts. Um, yeah, I mean, of course, anybody who's older is better than anybody who's younger because we're cool. We've seen more EverQuest. um, you ever stream on Twitch or always YouTube? I stream on Twitch. Yes, I stream on both. So you can, if you look at the links in the description below this video, it's either directly there or there'll be a link tree, and it's in my link tree. Like I've been streaming like periodically throughout the week on Twitch, and then Fridays and Saturdays are always YouTube. Twitch for sure on Sundays, unless something comes up. Uh, Superfly, I'm 53. Yeah, like I said, most of my audience is in their 50s, because that was kind of the whole audience that played EverQuest. Unless, of course, they got some of their kids to play, and there's, I think, people that are discovering EverQuest for the first time through videos on YouTube and stuff. So, and hey, any of you younger folks out there playing EverQuest, welcome, and I'm glad you're part of the community, so that we don't die out like dinosaurs. Need new population to keep coming. I say the same thing about like goth music and stuff. I'm always glad when someone younger says, I listen to goth music. I'm like, yes, I don't want to go extinct. I use iPhone and laptop for the first time ever for Netflix. Using the same laptop since 2016. If you take care of a laptop, it will last. I have one, I don't even want to know how old it is. It's probably from 2016, 2015, and it still runs. I had to repair it once because the hard drive died, but that's because they had a crappy Seagate in there. I made sure to replace it with a sturdy Western Digital. Seagate's awful. Don't ever buy Seagate. The jokes only get worse from here. Evening, Fez. Glad you're in good spirits. Is 35 young? 35 is very young, yes. At least, compared to a lot of people in the audience that are in their 50s. So if you're in your 30s, man, be happy. Happy. I wouldn't mind being in my 30s. And now I'm telling, and we're going to stop that. My main PC is now a laptop with upgraded peripherals. Laptops are fine, man. I considered getting a like a gaming laptop, but they're so expensive, and I really like my tower. And how often do I leave the house to necessitate a laptop? I'm sure I will eventually, just to have one, because I'm a computer whore, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm a tech junkie and I love stuff. The old saying, the only difference between boys and men is the price of their toys. Guilty. My toys just got more expensive, and a lot of them are just stationary. They have to sit on a desk. So yeah. So, okay, some of the stuff that's happened in the past 24 hours. I don't know if I can actually post this or share this or not, but I'm actually going to try. Let me see if I can try to do it. Image, yes. Add source. I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to right now. But so last night, my fan or my computer, the whole computer just stopped working. What was funny was I was AFK. I was out of the room when it happened. I think I had a video playing or something like that. So nothing intensive. Sorry. Nothing nothing big, but it froze completely. So I was like, okay, that is really weird. And so I'm like, oh, no big deal. You know, I guess it happens from time to time. Let me reboot. Although that's the first time it's ever froze like that. So I go to reboot. Everything seems okay, but it takes me to the BIOS. I'm like, no, I want to just go right to Windows. What are you doing? And it took me a couple of tries when I realized the hard drive, it's not seeing the hard drive. There's no bootable disk. So I have like one of the fancier SSDs, the little thin wafery ones that's right on your motherboard. Because I made this computer, I built it like to ride out the pandemic. So it's relatively new. And I had a little cash at the time to be able to do it. And yeah, I didn't know that anything like that could happen to those. I lost all my data, like all my photos and textures and the little templates for my channel and stuff, and the little intro video that I put in the beginning of all my videos. I think it was just a lag spike. It can happen sometimes. Hopefully it doesn't go out. It can though. I'm overdue for a power outage here. So expect it to happen. If it does die and I don't come back tonight, that means my power's out for the night. So I'm sorry. I will say something in Discord, because I can still access Discord from my phone. So at least those that are in the Discord will know if it was a power outage for sure or not, or if I got murdered or something, But no, my power, everything on my end looked like it was fine, although I might have hit a lag spike or something. It doesn't help that I use a VPN and I forgot to disable it for the stream, because sometimes the VPN will sort of reset and that will also cause a problem. So, okay, to the computer. So I had to unplug everything, pull the tower out. I set it up on my bed so I can open it up and look at it. And I kind of want to go get it to show you because it's funny. So give me a sec. I'm going to run over. I'm going to run and grab it. Okay. I'm going to make sure you guys can see it. So this here, this this is a fan that was in my computer, and when I opened it up, it was pretty much in this disassembled state. Like this was like kind of like hanging off, like it was not attached at all. So yeah, that was one of my fans. And that's because I already replaced one in the back. That was and then this one was on the top, And then I have one in the front. So they all need to be replaced. I don't know how on earth this came detached like that, but it's pretty sure it's dead. So I ordered a couple of more fans, but that wasn't why it broke. The fan is toast. Yeah, it is. Like a clockwork spring. Boing. So another thing that I found out that's kind of hilarious was the so it's best if I sort of use a visual aid because I'm not good at explaining stuff. Let's say that this is the hard drive, right? And you sort of put the hard drive in on the motherboard at sort of a 45-degree angle, sort of like this. And then you sort of press it down, and then a little screw goes on one end to sort of hold it down to make sure it's seated properly and it maintains a solid connection. It doesn't, fall out or anything like that. And underneath is like this little nut that sort of is like a spacer that keeps it up off the motherboard so it doesn't touch. So heat can easily, go underneath it and it stays cool, right? Well, that little nut underneath was barely hanging on. It had come completely up and loose. Basically, I'm like, so let me take the CPU out so I can check it for any damages or obvious like scorch marks or anything to see if it fried. And it almost like fell off. I didn't even have to unscrew really anything. So for some reason, it just sort of unscrewed itself over the few years that I've had it. And so yeah, that was a thing. So that's why it wasn't booting up. Like the card wasn't really connected anymore. But on the good side, it didn't fry. So basically I had to find some tools. I had to put that little nut back in there as tight as I could. You gotta have your nuts tight. And then the screw fell somewhere, so it took me a while to find where the screw went. Finally found that and got to pick it up with some tweezers because it was a tiny thing. And yeah, probably the M2 slot or whatever they call it. 25 years building PCs. I've never seen a fan do that. You've never been to my house or my apartment. But yeah, I've never seen a fan do that either. And like, I don't build PCs for a living or anything. I just build them just for me. So I've only built like maybe 5 or 6 my whole life. Because, I build a PC, I try to keep it for at least 5 years before I try to build a new one, So yeah, those fans must have been crap, I'm guessing they were just shoddy, crappy fans. So the new ones I got them from a cool site that specializes in cooling peripherals called OnlyFans. So yeah, it should be really a lot better. Leaky ceilings, springy fans, car damage. You've had quite the month, Fez. Well, the car damage happened back in mid-October. The hit and run happened back in October, maybe even early October. It's like the 12th or something like that. I don't remember. It's on the accident report, but all the auto shops were full up. They were had a backlog, and they couldn't even fit me in until November 20th. So I had to wait a full month before I could even get my car in the shop. But yeah, I've had a rough couple of days. So so that was happening, but I did get the computer fixed. I did get it working. It actually seems to be working better now, probably because I removed the damaged fan, and I do have that one good fan in there, and I ordered two more. So I'm going to replace all the old and damaged ones. There's one that might still be working, but I'm going to replace it just to be safe because it was the same brand. And those other two, like one was burned out, the other one had the fan part that came right off. So I'm assuming they're just garbage, trashy fans. And the ones that I got seem to be much better. Uh, they're like the fans are like $10 a piece. So I'm assuming they're higher end fans because that's a lot for just a little PC fan. So got the computer working, seems to be running fine. I think I'm happy. I go to bed happy because I'm like, okay, computer fixed, crisis averted. Because I'm like, how am I going to stream this weekend without my computer? Like, I have a really old one as a backup, but it's not going to be able to handle all that, running the computer, gaming, and the streaming software and all that at the same time. I just don't think it's not going to be very good, especially I finally got the quality and the sound and all that good on this computer, and then have to go to that one and like put all my peripherals in it. I don't think it would have worked. But if anything, it lit the fire under me to start backing up some of my files, like my theme song that everybody loves, like Fezzelwig's. I didn't write it. I commissioned someone to write it for me, and I think they did a great job. Probably a better song than I deserve. Uh, so go to bed happy because everything seems okay. I wake up first thing in the morning. I go to the kitchen like 8 a.m. to brew some coffee. And there's water everywhere. My ceiling was leaking. And I don't live on the top floor. There's two more like floors above me. So it was probably whoever lived in the apartment above me when they moved out left the water running or something, or when the maintenance guy showed up, he's like, oh yeah, there was some leaking because they replaced like a faucet or something or a hose in the sink on the third floor, but they didn't tighten it properly and it was leaking all night long. So there was like a pool of water there and it was dripping down into my place. And I had like this old what's it called? Old ass fluorescent light fixture, like one of those long straight light fixtures that you would see in like an ancient like school lunchroom or something. I had one of those in my kitchen and it was falling off the ceiling also, like, so say that's the light fixture and that's how it should be normally. Well, it was like that. It was like hanging off and you could see the screws and stuff exposed and all that. So that was about to fall. And there was just water everywhere. I had to grab my coffee maker and plug it in the bathroom of all places. I know it's gross. It really is, but brewing it in the bathroom, believe me, was more sanitary than brewing it in the kitchen this morning because all that water just smelled foul. It was yellow. It was just, because it's creeping through like dusty beams and junk. And so, yeah, it was an interesting morning. My car is still not ready, but I did get another call from the insurance adjuster or the insurance agent promising me that they're working on it. So I'm guessing I'm not going to hear from them until Monday at the earliest, because obviously I don't have my car now. So that's what's going on in my life. Someone's bathroom is leaking. Well, no. And the good news is it's a vacant apartment now. So my horrible neighbors that were super loud and annoying finally moved out. Yay! Hopefully they found a better place. And it's better for me because they're not here anymore to torment me. I just hope the new neighbors are a little more chill. You know, don't throw parties at like 3 a.m. Don't have kids running around screaming and running. It's not a big apartment. The funny thing is, I thought they must have a super big apartment up there because they're like running. How do you run in this apartment without hitting the wall? I couldn't do it. This place is tiny. It's a shack. If you had me as a neighbor, at worst, you'd listen to Disney movies overnight, LOL. Yeah, you know, that's fine. I'd sometimes would watch TV later at night too, but I usually kept my speakers, my sound pretty low. In fact, instead of using the TV speakers, which the TV's on the opposite side of the room, I bought these Bluetooth type speakers that I have right next to where I sit in my bed to watch the TV at night. So the sound is like that much closer to me, so it doesn't have to be nearly as loud, especially to compete with the fan, because I have to run a fan 24/7 to drown out all the screaming in my building. Screaming, slamming doors, people running down the hall, all that stuff, or just shouting in the hall. It's a really noisy building. Another thing that I found funny, so I go to get food because I ordered delivery because I don't have access to a car and I ran out of food. The emergency exit light, the lamp above the door, was hanging off by some wires too. And I'm like, dude, why does this place looks like one of those trashy apartments that you see on a cop show where they're like, yeah, watch your step. We're going to go talk to our informant and he lives in the worst part of town and this building is like a crack den or something. That's what my building looks like. I'm not even joking. There's like, if you go up to the third floor, there isn't even like ceiling tile. You see exposed wires and pipes and stuff. I'll try to take some pictures. It's actually pretty funny. But yeah. So if you heard some audio noise just now, it's just me turning and adjusting the position of my mic. I haven't heard a single snap, crackle, pop since I fixed the audio. The video released today was a good example of how the audio was really bad, because that, unfortunately, I wasn't going to film it again. I was just like, man, the audio is so bad, but I'm like, this quest sucked and I'm not going to do it a second time right now. So I left it, and I'm sorry. You guys deserve better. But I can promise after this week, because there might still be one or two videos with a few cracks or pops, but after this week, you guys are done listening to garbage audio. It should be clear from here on out, unless some new fresh hell decides to punish me and plague me. I must have been a real bastard in my youth, I gotta say, because I'm having all kinds of things plague me now. It sucks. So yeah, anyway, so that's what's been going on. Those are today's stories. Can tell a difference with the audio for sure. Thank you, Fuel for Fire. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it is a lot better. I don't think it's cracking. It was really bad when I was playing the Oops All Gnomes group. I noticed at first I thought it was okay during the streaming, but I went back to Twitch where I was mostly doing the Oops All Gnomes streams. And yeah, there was a lot of cracking, like nonstop. And I now like go back and I hear that and I feel so bad. And I'm like, why didn't anybody tell me? Why didn't anybody tell me it was so bad? No wonder why nobody was subscribing to my Twitch. That was awful. I wouldn't subscribe to it either. I'm so sorry. I feel like I gotta shake the hand and apologize to everybody who had to listen to that. You can't tell a difference with the audio for sure. Or you can. Okay. Yeah, I already read that part. Sorry. Honestly, the audio sounds good now. Yeah. Yeah, it should. I think so. I think it does sound a lot better. So I stopped using NVIDIA Broadcast for the audio. I still use NVIDIA Broadcast for the video of me because NVIDIA Broadcast has that cool little feature that works like a green screen without having a green screen, because I don't have a green screen behind me. It just uses AI to remove the background, which is great because I don't know if you remember my really old videos where you could see my background and my place just looked like a mess. So I'm embarrassed and ashamed of it. So this is better. This is so much better. And you could tell sometimes because like if I hold up inanimate objects, if I do it like out, see now my hand and the cup becomes transparent. Ooh, it goes invisible. So yeah, so that's why if I want to show something off to somebody, I have to have it like in front of me, like this. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to flip people off when I drink like this. I realized, why is my middle finger sticking out? That's just how I hold the cup sometimes. Honestly, the audio is good. Okay, I was going to ask how I'm doing that. Yeah, if you have like an NVIDIA video card, you can download NVIDIA Broadcast, and it's software that you can use. Let me open it up. So it's pretty simple looking software too. It doesn't have a whole lot to it, but it says microphone, and then it says speakers, and then it says, which I don't know why it has something for speakers, but anyway, and then it has camera, and for camera, there's something like there's effects, so you could choose which camera, is being used by it. You could choose the frames per second and the resolution, and then effects. And so one of the effects is background blur, which is pretty cool. Background replacement, which if I want to, I could just do like because I could use this not just for streaming, I could use it for like if I'm in a Zoom meeting or something, I can change my crappy apartment to like a nice pretty office with bookshelves with a bunch of books that I never read. And then I can have it remove the background completely, which that's what I have it set to, where it just removes the background. And it's awesome. So it removes the background. Now here's the thing. with NVIDIA Broadcast. I didn't realize until the other day that it was NVIDIA Broadcast that was causing all my problems. All of my popping, all of my glitching, all of the cracking in the audio. It was a conflict between NVIDIA Broadcast and my computer for some reason. So what I had to do was I went to Device Manager under Sound, all the sound devices, and I disabled all the sound devices except for the two that I use now, which is my HyperX mic and the speakers, and that's it. And instead of using the audio from the NVIDIA Broadcast, I'm using just the audio from the mic, and then Streamlabs and OBS, both of them, because I use OBS to just record straight up for video, and I use Streamlabs to do the live streams. But they both have their own little feature to filter sound. So you go to your audio, and I called it unfiltered mic over here. And then there's a little gear for settings where you can click that, and then you get a little menu. You can go to filters, and then you can do edit filters. And one of the filters I added was noise reduction. So I have noise reduction right here. And the noise reduction in Streamlabs seems to actually work better. It's clearer. It seems to reduce the noise even more than what the NVIDIA did. And I don't have any more cracking or crackling. So that's everything that I had to do. I had to disable all these other sound softwares, and I'm leaving them disabled. I might even uninstall some of them. Now, I still can use the NVIDIA Broadcast for the image, for the video, which is great because I want that. I love that. I don't know if Streamlabs has their own version of that. Maybe I should look into it. If Streamlabs also has some sort of AI chroma key tool. Because if that's the case, I could just get rid of NVIDIA Broadcast altogether. Especially since it was a software that was causing me problems. So I would suggest to anybody that plans on, streaming live or recording video, if you're going to use NVIDIA Broadcast, use it just for the image of you, the video of yourself, and not for the sound. Use something else for the sound, and just disable it in your device manager so you don't get all the problems and the glitches and the hiccups and everything. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the stuff. I'll read that later. It'd be rude to read it now, actually. Reading some of the stuff in the Discord. So, I thought I would do some Dabriah and Dildaf stream here. Let's break out Dildaf over here. As ever, let's see what kind of beard is he wearing today. This is weird. I actually have to look up at Dildaf for a change. Because Dabriah is a gnome now. Because she got her mask of tinkering. So yeah, that's kind of how he looks. Although his beard is sort of matching his hair more now. A lot of times they don't match. But all I have to do is zone and he will change his appearance again. Just you wait. So let's make sure everybody has a mercenary enabled. Where should I go? Anybody want to give me any suggestions? Dabriah and Dildaf right now are level 67. So they could go anywhere like 65 to 70. Let's make Dildaf as the tank, of course, as always. I mean, at least that's what I had planned to do today. And like I said, you know, I don't care if there's days where I don't do solo stuff. If there's people that want a group, I usually just have solo stuff ready because I never want to foolishly or blindly assume that people are going to want a group. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that would be kind of selfish. Okay, let's get you on a mount. Does this one have... Okay, this one does not have anything in there. Steps. Step nulls, low 70s. Yeah, the steps are pretty good. Although, if I go to the steps, I would almost like to drag a druid along just for the teleport and the ease of getting there. Let me take a quick look here to see what the dailies are for 65 and 70. If there's any good dailies, I might do that. If not, I'll probably do the steps. The Barren Coast. I mean, that could be okay. Let's see what they want me to kill at the Barren Coast. Black Sail Pirates. That could be okay. I could be down for fighting some Black Sail Pirates on the coast. So let me get everybody that task. All right. And then let's see level 70. Arkstone. Oh, I've been to Arkstone a couple of times recently, and I don't want to bore the hell out of everybody. I mean, I'll take the task, and maybe I can run up there for a little bit with them off camera, just for some straight up XP. It's Elder Whirlwinds again. I did Elder Whirlwinds last time. So, yeah. Did you guys know with the Darkfell Knolls over there in the steppes, you save the fangs, right? Because you could turn them into a guy in Crescent Reach for XP. And it's not bad. It's not bad XP. And the nice thing is you don't have to get the quest beforehand. You can go there with a couple stacks of fangs, get the quest, then turn them in, and then get the quest again and turn them in again. If you need a port to the steps, I can log on my druid. I would join you. I moved to test server. No worries. So what I think I know why you moved to test server, honestly. I mean, it'd be tempting for me. You know, and I can kind of kick myself because I could have moved to the test server during my unemployment, because then I could have just gone free to play, because over there you get all the perks of gold without having to pay because it's test. But at the same time, you know, over here I can group with the guys and everything, and so there's that. And the crowd over there on test isn't nearly as big. I have a druid that I can log in to port the group. It was more just a matter of having to suspend one of the mercs, but it's not a big deal. I can suspend the rogue. Wait. Okay, dwarf. Yes. Healer. And I'm going to suspend the rogue. Does Test even have much of a player? Test has a pretty good player base. You would be surprised. No, like I said, I mean, Test is nice, man. Um, what's funny is I have a Fezzelwig on Test that I created on Test to play on Test. And there's also an enchanter on a separate account that would group with him named Fezzelwick. And I had those two that I'd play together because you like to have an enchanter to supply you with mana. And a lot of times when the regular servers were down, the test server was still up. So you could still play on test when they were doing patch day or whatever. And that's what I would do. I would play on test anytime. And sometimes I would start getting into test to the point where I'm like enjoying it and just wanting to, keep playing on test for a bit. And so that's what I would do. I'm inviting this druid. And we're going to go Ring of Knowledge. I can't use Gate to get the druid back here. I got to use Ring of Knowledge because they are bound somewhere in the ocean. It's a long story. Circle of the Steps. Okay, here we go. You know, I also could have used Zephyr Steps. I forget about that sometimes. But at least this way, they're all going at the same time. And I can do like some group buffs here. Like maybe I could try the level 75 damage shield. I don't know if it'll work or not. We'll see. Hey, well, it seems to be working. Yeah, it worked. Nice. And then I'll do like a higher level regen too. Why not? So let's see if the level 79 regen works on this group. Yes, it did. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to go to the steps. I guess we'll go there first. I got those tasks too, which I could do. But we'll try the steps for a little bit. And if that works out, great. If it doesn't, I'll go and do something else. So anyway, I'm just glad that my life is a little more back to normal. I mean, my car is still in the shop, but I might be relieved once I get that back too. Because honestly, starting to freak out a little bit, like money wise, you know? Welcome to join me in Plane of Storms. I have paid my dues to this game. No, I get it. I get it, Walnut. Uh, it was brought in on the 20th of November, and the first like week they couldn't even touch it because I guess they went to inspect it to see, okay, let's see exactly what the damage is. And when they found a lot more damage on it than what was reported and what the insurance initially agreed to pay for, they couldn't proceed until the insurance adjuster got there to approve the additional work. Otherwise, any additional work would have been taken out of my pocket. So honestly, I'm glad they waited to get the approval from the adjuster because I don't have that kind of money. I don't have an extra 5 to 10,000 in my pocket that I could just like, here you go. Yeah, fix my car. I don't care how much it cost. You know, I don't have any of that kind of money, especially after not working for 2 months. So I'm broke. And so yeah, so the first week they couldn't really do a lick of anything. And then the second week, the adjuster was dragging his ass, which really sucked. But they finally are on the ball. They finally got there. They finally approved the repairs and they've been working on it. And there could be also possible delays with parts because we still have supply chain issues ever since COVID and stuff. There's supply chain issues out the wazoo. So that's a thing that's still happening. So hopefully I can get the new mirror for the car. Hopefully they got that in and are able to replace that, and that I don't end up having to wait like 3 months for it or something ridiculous like that, you know? And yeah, and the holiday, right. So any kind of delivery, any kind of thing you're ordering in the mail will probably be delayed by at least a week. So I'm not going to get mad at them. As long as they do a good job, I would rather them take an extra week or 2 weeks and have it look good, like new, the way it was, than to rush and give me hot garbage that I would be embarrassed to, drive passengers around in. And it's not like, I don't think it's shallow to want your car to be nice when you're doing it for work and hauling around passengers. So it's just like with YouTube. I know some may laugh and giggle and whatever. Oh, it's just YouTube, you dummy. But you guys, I think, can see that I take this pretty seriously. And I kind of treat it like work, especially because I'm not working right now. So why not, And so, yeah, I kind of take it seriously and I try to do good. Like the sound thing. The sound thing was eating me alive inside. It really was. I might actually just leave Thistle here. That way, if I want to teleport out, I can. So I'm just going to log them off right here. That way they can teleport the group later if I want them to. So yeah, the whole sound thing was really bugging me, and it was eating me up, and I hated it. You'll see. I made a video about it. I made a video about all the sound issues and everything. So you will see that. And hopefully it's not going to be too like sad or funny in a bad way. Because I sort of talk about everything that was bugging me, you know? I think I'm going to remove the gnome illusion for a little bit and just be me. There we go. Little chainmail wearing wood elf. So, yeah, we still got supply chain stuff and all that, and again, I hope it shows in my streams, in my videos, that I do care, that I try. If it doesn't, then I don't know. I don't know how to get better than this, folks. I think this is as good as I can get. It is cold in my room tonight. We haven't removed our AC units from window yet. Oh no. I have a permanent AC unit in the wall in like the living room. So I have to actually leave my window open too, because I'm always feeling too hot. Good thing I have a space heater. Yeah, I'm not allowed to have a space heater in my building, but that's not a big deal because I don't need one, nor would I want one. Like I said, I'm often feeling way too hot. So yeah. Dang it, is it running away? Jesus Christ, man. I thought we were snaring these guys. Daisy, you drunken ranger. You're supposed to be snaring. You're on snaring duty. Let's check Daisy's assist key and see if it's working. Cast 3. Yep. It's hilarious when the mobs run. I hate it. Because I know that if they do, I'm probably going to die. I don't have that much firepower on this group, I don't think. So if I get a bunch of ads, like, you know, it gets kind of scary. I was here recently with Ginger. And that's sort of how I remembered that this place exists. Because, you know, sometimes you don't go and hunt somewhere for a while and you kind of forget that it's a thing. Okay, so he is snared. That's good. It's still funny. Well, I'm glad you can laugh about it. I have a little bit less faith in being able to kill the thing on time. Because like I said, they're going to run to their friends. They're going to snowball. I'm going to get trained. Well, yeah, if you can do that, sure. Yeah, even Fez is only still like what, 97, I think. And I kind of treat him like a retired old man. Like I only break him out now and then. Even though he never quite made it to the level cap. You got a bad case of alt sickness, my friend. Yes? Where have you been? Of course I do. It's sort of an ongoing thing with me. Yeah, altitis or altiphoria, or I don't know. I'm trying to come up with cool names. Hey, hippie, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. You know, I could probably get on the voice chat if anybody feels like voice chatting. It always makes everything feel a little more lively. And I know that I sort of have said, like, the voice chat channel is only for people that are in the group, but at the same time, sometimes it's just fun to have a few more voices in the stream. So I'll sort of reorganize that a little bit to say, as long as people are decent and don't say anything stupid, they can join the chat, and that they don't talk over everybody else. So yeah, I'm going to go on a live stream chat channel, and if anybody feels like it, they're welcome to voice chat a little bit with me that's in the Discord. And we already got someone. Hey, Flame. Hey, hey, hey. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, hey. So yeah, at least everything is going good now. The dripping finally did stop in the kitchen, so that's, I guess, good. They pulled the light fixture out, and they did order me up a new one. They said we'll try to get you a new modern light fixture. I'm like, really? No fooling. um, because I swear, like I said, this thing was like an old fluorescent thing that you would find in like a 70s school cafeteria, and it would even flicker as such a lot of the time, where it wouldn't kick on right away. So there's that. And I don't think anything was permanently damaged aside from their ceiling. You know, they're gonna have to, I guess, yank out that wet drywall or whatever the hell it is that the ceiling is made of and repair it. Yeah, like I can use the kitchen some, but it's it's still jacked up.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. It could be worse. I always try to think that it could be worse because it keeps me from getting too stressed about it, I guess. So how was your day, folks? How are you guys doing?
Went to the doctor.
Okay. Any good? Any bad? If it's something you don't feel like chatting about in voice on the internet, don't worry. I completely understand.
It was just blood work and normal routine stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm dying. I have 3 days. No. Um, it's like, wow, this suddenly got morbid. Hippie said, you let your bathtub overflow and leak downstairs. No, no, I did not. But the people that lived upstairs from me did something similar. So trying to be really nice and not blame them, uh, they moved out. So the upstairs neighbors are gone. So at least if it gets noisy and obnoxious in the future, that's going to be a whole new set of neighbors, I guess. Which it's possible I might have new douchey neighbors. They might be better, they might be worse. I don't know. Hopefully they're nice and quiet and chill. Uh, but apparently they were doing some maintenance in that apartment upstairs, like changing out some plumbing stuff. And whoever was working on it did a terrible job. They didn't tighten the new hose or whatever it is they installed in the sink. And so that hose was basically leaking all night long. And when I got up this morning, that constant trickle was the result of that leak, I guess. And so I, called maintenance and everything, had them come look at it. And they never showed up. No one ever showed up to my place. But until I went upstairs, because I heard footsteps upstairs, and I'm like, maybe that's the maintenance guy, and maybe they just decided to go up there right away since that was really where the problem was coming from. But I want to let them know what's going on down here in case, I don't know, in case they don't know or someone didn't tell them or whatever. Because I always feel like I got to do everything myself if I want it done right. So I go up there and I'm like, hey, and the guy was pretty chill and all that. He's like, yeah, hey, how's it going? I'm like, yeah, are you the maintenance guy that's going to come check out downstairs? Is like, what, nobody's gone and checked you yet? I was like, no. And it's like, what's going on here? It looks like they moved out. So did they leave the water running? And they're like, and then he explained to me that it was someone made a repair or whatever, updated a hose, whatever it was, and did a terrible job. So he was mopping up all that water that was up there, because I guess there was a pool of water under that sink, and that's what I was getting. And he came down here, and he removed the shoddy old light fixture and all that. So it's funny because every time a maintenance person is here, they're always like, oh man, you got this problem too, and this still hasn't been fixed. And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, okay, well, I'll get on that. That should have been done. I'm like, it was you that was here before, man. And I don't say that to him because I'm too damn nice, but like part of me wants to. It was you who didn't finish the job. But as long as he said he put it in, so I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. So yeah. So hopefully your regular doctor's visit went okay.
They seem to.
That's good. I had a checkup back in October where I was scheduled for some blood work, and I kept putting it off because, well, for one, they said you can't eat or drink anything like from midnight on until you come in and do the blood test. I'm like, well, I already had coffee and a bagel today, so I guess that knocks me out of today. So they're like, yeah, you can come in anytime, like before our next appointment, as long as it's before then. So I'm like, but then my car accident happened. And I had put it off, but I still had my car that whole time. So I'm like, let's get this blood work out of the way. I'll drive up there. I'll get it done, even though my car's in shambles. It's not like I'm driving passengers around. And I just had to drive slow and careful because my side view mirror that was torn off during the wreck, I taped it on with duct tape just so the cops wouldn't give me a ticket for not having a mirror. Because I'm not going to go buy a mirror, and shoddily attach it just so it's going to get torn off and replaced with the proper mirror later. So I just did the only thing I could do, and I duct taped it on there. And it worked. It worked fine until I was able to bring it to the shop, and I didn't get tickets. So, yay. So, yeah, my blood work all came out pretty good. I was kind of shocked. It's funny, like, it said something about cholesterol being a little high, but then I looked at my previous tests, and I'm like, actually, this is still good news because it's lower than it was 6 months ago. So, yay on me. I'm being healthier.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's still good news, man. It's less than what it was.
Yeah, that's what I went in for.
I have to fast though, and that's not going to happen for a little bit.
Yeah, it could be hard, man. It'd be hard to fast, especially like when you like food. Same, yeah. I don't know anybody that doesn't like food. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Bigger than me.
Huh. Yeah, I'm into like a lot of different foods too. Like I know there's some folks they won't like eat this or that, or you basically sit me in front of a dish and if it looks and smells nice, I'll give it a try and then I'll decide whether I like it or not. Except for two foods that I won't do. And you guys might have heard me say this before. I won't do snails and I won't do anything with bugs in it. I just can't bring myself to. And I know they're supposed to be full of, especially like the bugs and stuff, supposed to be healthy, full of protein, low fat, whatever. But I'm like, it's still a bug, man. It was crawling on the ground and in the dirt. So, yeah, it's difficult for me to mess with those things. And then snails just, yeah.
No, I can't do like oysters or any of those kind of like slimy.
I can do oysters though. So that's the funny thing. Yeah, I could do oysters. I like just about any kind of seafood. I just don't want to do snails. You guys suck. Look at this. Not you guys on the thing, but Dildaf and the rogue went running after this damn knoll. So if I yell insults, just a heads up, it's at Dildaf and the rogue. It's not at anyone else.
No problem.
Like, did he just say we suck? What the hell is wrong with him? We're gonna smack us a gnome. That's what we're gonna do. Anyway, yeah, I get frustrated when the tank runs up. Has anyone found a fix for that other than setting? I mean, I can set Dildaf to passive, and I have myself set as puller and main assist, so that really should be enough.
He's getting ahead of you to fight?
Yeah, like he's running ahead instead of waiting, like a nice boy.
Making you as polar should minimize it, but it uses
Yeah,
it uses there's like a radial circle around it. So once the monster that's aggressive to you or anyone in the party enters within that circle around it, you will engage. And it's pretty freaking huge.
yeah, I guess. I think they need to shrink that radius or something, or maybe it could be an option, for like gold accounts or something where you have even a little more control.
Yeah, I would love for them to, make the mercenaries 100 times better. There's people that, run through automation to do what mercs do.
Right. Joby Wan said that your audio is kind of faint, and it is a little lower than it was in previous weeks.
My audio is faint.
Yes, it's a little bit low compared to how it's been in the past. So I'm not sure if.
I think you just muted me.
No. I mean, they can hear you if you were muted.
I'm agreeing with 50. I think you might have Discord out.
I have you at 100%.
Not in Discord, but in your stream.
I don't think so. I can't control it like that.
You're using Streamlabs or OBS?
I'm using Streamlabs. Well, I can't. I've never done that. All I can say is I've never messed with it. So I can guarantee that I haven't lowered you at all on there.
Fine for me, and Flames fine for me.
Like I said, it's just a little bit lower than what it was in previous weeks. It's not like when you first came to the Discord and you were really low.
Yeah, I would say 88% increased input. Maybe what Mike's dying?
I don't think it's the mic. I think it might just be you're either a little further away from the mic than usual or something, or maybe a setting. But if you haven't changed any settings at all, I don't know. I mean, I think you sound okay. I can hear you. You sound all right. I can I could turn you up in Discord a little more. I'll put you at 115. Let's see how that sounds.
Huh?
How do
You sound fine. I think I think everything is good now. I turned you up a little bit, so I think it should be better. I mean, it was Joby one that brought it up.
Turn up his volume.
Maybe maybe my volume is just a little loud too. I don't know. Joby one says I can hear Fez clearly. Y-Tech is almost unhearable.
Yeah.
Um,
There's something else amiss here.
okay, now you just sounded a little, you sounding a little louder. So I don't know. Either it could be that you're talking a little more faint sometimes too. Like I don't know. I'm a soft-spoken person half the time. And I've noticed it in my video recordings where sometimes I'm almost talking at a whisper and I'm like, what the hell was I doing? And I think that's go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
Both of you at 100% Discord, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll turn you up to 123. I just don't want to turn you up too loud because then if something changes, it might suddenly sound like blasting.
Well, yeah, I don't want to blast.
Yeah. But you sound good now to me. So I'm just going to go by what I hear. And everybody sounds fine. We're all fine here.
How are you?
Yeah, exactly. We got company. I've had a few real awesome geek moments with strangers at bars during Halloween where like there's someone walking around dressed as a Jedi and of course I have to go up to them and be like, "Would you like to buy some death sticks?" And anybody worth their salt says, "You don't want to sell me death sticks." "Well, I don't want to sell you death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life." "I'm going to go home and rethink my life." And when they do that with me, I'm like, "You're the man." Thank you. I needed that, you know?
Every plays along makes it so much better.
Right. Right.
That's your hard.
Litex sounds great on Discord, but on the stream he's faint.
Yeah, it's got to be something.
That's weird.
I wouldn't mind taking you through Streamlabs so you can see that area and have a little bit more of an understanding of the audio area.
I mean, I could check it out, but the thing is, if I've never even touched it or messed with it because I don't know where it is, then there's no way that I have anybody turned down, you know? That's
Not yet.
that's the point that I'm trying to say is like how do I turn someone down if I didn't know that they were turn it downable?
I mean, we did say that you were just,
I changed your volume in Discord because I assumed that could affect it. So I go to the Discord. If you go to the Discord, I can right click on anyone's name here and I can raise your volume in Discord. And it makes you louder for me. And I'm assuming if I do that, since everything's going through my computer anyway, it should make it louder for everybody that's listening. Do you know what I'm saying?
right, but Discord and you are two different channels to the stream.
I think Whitetech has it nailed. Because if MMO Hippie says I'm low volume too, that sounds like the Streamlabs overlay with streaming merging in the Discord audio is somehow globally low.
I don't know. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Never had an issue last time.
Okay, I'm opening it up. But it really should be fine. Refresh cache of current page. Sure, let's try that. Use custom frame rate. Control audio via Streamlabs desktop. I don't know. Is that, I don't know if that's going to make a difference.
It would be in your,
I,
I forget what it's called, the, not editor mode, but, studio mode or whatever, where you see where it's going on. It should be, if it's default, it should be the bottom right box. It should have all of your audio outputs inside of it, to my remembrance. I'm going to wipe.
Okay. I see what's going on. Now everybody should be hearing everything just fine.
Hello?
And I'm really glad that they brought that up because I feel stupid. Desktop audio is completely disabled. What they were hearing
was us through your microphone.
through my freaking microphone. So you
Yep.
probably all sounded faint as hell. It wasn't just you, it was probably everybody.
Yep.
A lot better. Okay. And that's what it was. I wish I would have thought of that.
Hey, you know, all right.
now,
Old guys, you know, technology, we're not so good.
What we're here for.
Thank you.
You are welcome, sir.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be a streamer, man.
Yeah, that stuff takes practice, man. This will be a lesson you will not forget.
But I'm glad we kept working on it. Now I could probably turn your volume back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I don't.
wait.
I'm gonna run.
I'll probably just be able to put everybody back to 100. All right. We're good now. Now nobody should sound overpowering or anything. Everybody should sound good. And Joby1 said, yes, great now. Thank you, Joby1. You I'm glad you brought it up and you said something. It helped. It took me a minute to figure everything out. Okay, so what happened was I just had desktop audio completely off. So in other words, you guys weren't even hearing any of the game audio.
Nope.
So if ever that happens and you don't hear game audio or everybody sounds really low, that's, yeah, because you're hearing stuff come through the mic. And yeah, so that's what that was. And I think I sometimes disable it when I'm AFK or just getting started or stuff like that. When I play commercial break or something like that, I might disable desktop audio, because if I play the commercial break video set when we're going AFK and getting drinks and whatever, that way everybody could still talk in Discord without it being heard by everybody that's watching. And it gives everybody a little private time and stuff like that too. Because otherwise, even though I'm playing that video, if I leave desktop audio on, everybody can still hear the conversation. So that's, and I just forgot to turn it back on last time. So I gotta remember, maybe I need to make sticky notes and start pasting them on my screen.
Fair enough. Whatever helps.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say, you told us you were just messing around and fixing your audio issues, so you might have actually clicked that.
Yeah, no, but see, I thought what you guys were talking about was that there was a way to adjust individual audios in the Discord widget or something. And I'm like, I've never played with the Discord widget or anything like that. So I don't know if that's possible.
Ow.
So, are you okay? I thought I heard an ow.
No, it said it's fixed now, so.
Oh.
All good in the hood.
Yeah, we're all good here. Anyway, not gonna beat that dead horse anymore. I'm gonna have to get that dead horse cartoon and use it during my streams sometimes because I love that thing.
Get up and eat that horse.
So anyway, the reason why I usually stream on Fridays is to remind everybody about Saturday stream. So anybody watching, we stream every Saturday at 6 p.m. and we do a live stream, and that's when we actually have a real group like Everquest used to be played. And
Yeah.
sometimes we might end up with still like one slot open, so we fill it with like a cleric mercenary or something. But lately we've been having pretty full groups and going on missions and stuff. And let me,
Well, if you ever need a cleric, I got a 95 cleric with both epics, so she's on FB.
awesome. We are, let's see,
70? No, we're 80s, almost 90.
89. Yeah, we're 89. So we're going to get to the level where we could start grouping with Flame eventually.
Take you to Frontier Mountains and just burn through shit.
But we're 89. I'm not much of a burn through stuff kind of person though, because I like, just playing.
Flame kind of has no choice. She takes on things and just destroys them.
I only
A
have.
cleric, on the other hand, I mean, we could use her in any kind of situation better than a merc. She's got rank 3 spells, I think.
Nice. Joby1 said, I only have 85, so only watch your groups. Well, at 85, you could
My
group
birthday
with the, yeah.
Yeah. Nuke slow. I'm pushing to get the ranger up there, so
Our-
I have an 80 druid, too.
Well, if
We can
anybody
always
wants to
level you
group,
up.
yeah, if anybody wants to join the group, they just gotta say something. And the the group roster isn't really set. It's just first come, first serve. Whoever shows up at 6 at Fez's Corner, as we call it, over there in POK that wants to join can join. And if anybody does get left out, well, I could just start having live streams with groups on Fridays too, and start inviting people, and anybody that got left out can, join on a Friday if they're free and want to. Otherwise, it's just whoever gets there first. And because I don't want to make up some other role and like let's just make up a name, like say Jack is always in the group, but Jack is late like by 30 minutes, and Ray is standing over here ready to group. So I'm going to invite Ray and say, well, Jack, you were 30 minutes late, so Ray has your spot. Sorry.
I'd never be at least late once, but I'm saying I character if you need them.
Yeah, like it's just I don't want to be like, if somebody's there and wants to group, even if they're like of a little lower level or whatever, as long as they can group and get XP, and they're don't end up being like an insane Leroy Jenkins type person, then yeah, I'll always invite them,
I believe I have an 86 enchanter as well.
Joby1 said low level Fridays. I could do that too. I could
Oh,
That would pan out really well, I think.
I have
mean,
a level 2 Shadow Knight for that reason.
a what?
A level 2 Shadow Knight.
Sure. I mean, I don't care. I would start a new alt just to start a new group if anybody wants to do
Well,
that.
now we have all these personas to level up. We can do low level Fridays.
I don't
Yeah,
trust personas.
I'm not-
They say they're broken still, and they can delete your main character.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to mess with personas, to be honest. At least not for a while. I would rather just create an alt the old-fashioned way. You know?
I have plenty of them.
I mean, I don't need to have
I
like
feel-
6 different characters named Fezzelwig because I already have 6 characters named Fezzelwig, one on each server, you know? So yeah, it's fine. I'm going to be really, really upset the day that Everquest starts to collapse and they want to combine every server, and I'll be forced to choose between like 10 different Fezzelwigs, like which one gets deleted, which,
Oh shoot! Yeah.
you know?
Yep, Telluen is on like 8 of the servers.
Because I have a Fezzelwig on almost every server. I
I'm
might
just on that server in FB, so I'm good.
I mean, my best Fezzelwig is here on FV. I don't have... But I would kind of like to keep my original one, too, that's still putzing around on Zegany, or whatever the hell that server is called now.
Yeah, it's my primary server. What's up?
And he's only like 82, 83, maybe, something like that over there. Oh, I forgot there's a merchant right here. And I hope he doesn't aggro because the bard is playing songs. But I just want to sell some of the crap. Like, I keep looting these bows. And they're 3 plat each, and I'm a cheap guy.
3 plat is so not worth it.
I know, but
I mean, it's different if you're looting diamonds and stuff, and those just stack, and then you can sell them to merchants. But it's like, oh my gosh, 3 platinum, that barely covers a merc fee.
Yeah, that's why I'm in the plains right now, is just to grind out level 60s and get a lot of gems.
I need to do that on Flame, to be honest.
Hey, I'm a thrifty, silly gnome, so you know. That's
Yeah,
just...
you definitely don't need you have no worry about finances. You've made that clear.
Like, yeah, the I don't know how much plat I have on Dabriah. It's not that much. It's just 146k.
I have 400k to my name after buying 2 chronos and selling them for the EM31. And I have to say that even buying my spells at 125, they're like 4k each. I mean, that's like cheap as heck.
Yeah.
I don't know what anything you just said was.
Yeah, we're low bees in comparison.
Well, the only reason I got so high level so fast is because my guild was doing the experience bonus and everyone was power leveling each other.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm what I've started telling people. I call it Old Testament Everquest because it seems like Thule is where things kind of went to like a totally different play style. So I call that New Testament Everquest.
New Testament.
I'm old.
Yeah, I get you.
I will take 4 hours in the corner of Guck at Hamlord over repeatedly killing snakes to turn in a task, or the crows at the farm in it starts with a D. I don't know.
Dragon Scales.
Dragon Scales. Yeah, like I hated that. Like having to run back, turn in the AA, or turn in the quest, get the quest again, come back, stay there, kill more crows, turn in the quest. I hate that.
The biggest thing, though, they do it, no, go ahead.
I was done.
The biggest thing they do at the high end level is mercenary and partisan, and those are quest missions you do for experience, and you get like 20% of experience per every mission you turn in.
It's just very active. Like I said, I like my corners, people just chilling, talking, enjoying it. Now, to say, I have yet to experience that kind of thing. So, my only experience so far is the stuff we've been doing in Thule, and like, it's been fun running with the group on Saturdays because like we're progressing, and I definitely like progressing. But heroic missions, like the 2 heroic missions we do, if I never do them again, I am perfectly cool with that. I did them once, never need to do it again.
That one where we
Oh,
all
people, yeah,
died
man.
like twice.
The one named NPC,
Yeah, he was
like,
rough,
I've done that
man.
one,
Heroic
like, 7
mission.
times. I don't need to do it again.
Heroic missions. Those are those things that you do with the Franklin Teak, isn't it?
No, there's heroic missions of every expansion. Ribbles, those kind
Mm.
of things are all heroic missions.
Oh, I
Teak
see.
does
Yeah.
They're
Teak,
repeatable, and you can only do one a day or something like that.
Well, there's two.
Teak does
Oh.
give quest for them.
There's 2 teaks. There's the Franklin teak that just does the dailies where you kill 5 things in the hot zone, and then there's the other guy. Like I guess they're brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers. And the
I think
brother
it-
does give dailies for heroics. You can do the heroics for over and over. But the XP bonus that he gives for that daily is just for the first run.
I thought you get task locked out of doing the heroics. So like if you clear one of them, you can't like just immediately go back into it.
You can't immediately go back into the same one. You get a
Right.
3-hour lockout on that one.
Yeah.
Now
What's
you
the-
can go and do the next one in that series because there's normally 2 or 3 per series. So yeah, you can go ahead and do another one that's different from the one you just did. And then 3 hours after you complete it, you can go back and do that first one again.
Right. But see, my thing is, I don't want to do that first one ever again. Like, I did it. We've accomplished it. It's not, I don't see it as a repeatable.
What level was it?
That's like 70.
Oh, I see. Where was it at?
West, ethereal plains of Karana. And it's not that
Oh,
it's bad. It's just, it's not.
I
It's
hated
very
that show.
moving. It like I don't like a roaming camp. Like I really, really, very, very, very much enjoy parking our asses, a polar, kill
Like
something.
like we
sit there
used to do in Over There back in the old days of
Yeah.
Kunark expansion.
Right in front of the ramp.
But I absolutely hate like vanilla Everquest anymore because I've done it like 7,000 times.
I felt that way about P99.
I want POP to like Thule experience. That's the stuff I want to do. But I'm also my thing of fun is playing with people. So if people want to do heroic missions, like that's perfectly fine with me. I'll do them all day long if I'm playing with somebody. But like a lot of EverQuest is me playing by myself and doing the same thing over and over again. Like the game is boring as it is. Like I don't need monotony on top of it.
I felt that way too when I first joined my guild, and then when they got me doing groups up in the Terror of Luckland expansion, I actually was having fun because we were chatting and enjoying ourselves and pulling mobs constantly. It was a static camp, and it was fun because we just talked about everything on Discord, and it was so funny. I was like, wow, I can't believe I've actually felt this way since like 1999.
Yeah, that's classic EverQuest experience. So we need to get Terror of Luckland. We need to go do that.
That is 115, so if you can get there, I'll gladly take you there.
Oh, we'll get there. I'm not like this.
Let's hope.
David's Eye is the best.
He found himself a very
Esox, I don't know if they care or not. I mean, I haven't really bothered to report anybody because I just kind of gave up
Where's Esox talking?
in guild chat.
Oh,
in game in guild chat.
What's going on?
He was just saying he saw someone that was just botting, like obviously botting, and I'm like, yeah, it's like people are gonna do it. It's like where they're
Oh,
probably playing through a third party app and they're completely just AFK, and they might just
Yeah, I've
be
seen
grinding
that.
XP and they're not even at their computer. And honestly, I mean, just from everything that they allow now that they never used to allow, I don't see Daybreak giving a crap. I mean,
They don't care about that, but if you get a chargeback, they tend to ban your account.
right.
well, I mean, that's company policy for everything. I mean, for any company, you charge back, they will never let you shop with them again. Like,
Not true. I actually did have one happen to me because of my bank, and I reversed it, and all I had to do was pay them a fee, and they let me back on. So
Yeah, I think if you can tell them, no, that was not me, that was the bank or something, and then just agree to pay whatever the fee was, they should be fine with it. They shouldn't care.
yeah, I got lucky. It was only $20 in station cash, so I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just pay and get back on.
Right.
But yeah, if you guys ever need like an 80 druid, a 95 cleric, or even an 86 enchanter, I can bring any kind of those to you at any time, as long as I'm awake.
Right. So let me ask, who, if anyone, wants to start a group? Because the whole group we've been running with on Saturdays, where I've got Somber Dirge and Hippie has Izzy and everybody else in the group. We created those for the live stream, and because we've been doing it for this long, yeah, we reached the high 80s now, and I don't care. We could always start another group at level 1, and everybody just pick and choose whatever the hell they feel like playing, and we could start a level 1 group and start grouping up. I don't know, next Friday or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that would be fun. I actually have a slightly, ever so slightly twinked out Shadow Knight that's level 2. So if you want to work with her, she's fine.
I don't care if they're twinked. I love twinking my characters. I always put some gear on my guys,
Mine's
You
like
gotta
those
put a ring on it.
gear, like that stuff you can use at level 1 that's got like 50 AC this, 50 AC that.
Yeah, I mean, heck, if anything, they should be a great tank, right?
From what I saw, yes. I mean, at level 2, you're not going to be that great, but, I can give it a try.
Yeah. No, I mean, we can do that. Now, here's another question. Do we want to start at like level 1 or 2? Or do we want to just have everybody, like throughout the week, they can level themselves up to like either maybe 10 or 20 or something, and then we start from there? Or where does everybody want to start at? I mean, I'd say definitely low level between 10 and 20.
I started at a level 2 because of the tutorial where it gives you the automatic level 2. So maybe like 10, maybe?
Well, yeah, everybody gets level 2 as soon as they just turn in the key. If they do that part. So yes, starting at level 1 is ridiculous because then it's just chaos. Everybody could just go and hit stuff. It doesn't really matter what class you are. And that's kind of almost the same thing that we were doing at level 20, because we pretty much said to everybody, get to level 20, and then we'll run out and Blightfire Moors and just maul things and have a good time. And so we weren't really worrying about like aggro or using the enchant, because we did have an enchanter back then, but they like life happened, I guess, or something, and they never came back. And I thought, I wonder if the enchanter left because we were just mauling everything and killing everything we saw, and it was chaos. But
Well,
things
enchanter's
evolved
so
over
good,
time.
though.
I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
Enchanters are still good though, even in the end game, because all they can, if they want, all they can do is slow mobs and do haste, and they can also mez mobs if they need to, like
Well,
crowd control back in the day.
yeah,
So
and
they're never really that useless.
no, they weren't useless. They may have felt useless because of the
Oh,
way we were playing. That's what I'm saying is they may have felt useless. I know they're not useless. I have my enchanter that teams up with Fezzelwig, who's in his 90s, and yeah, my enchanter is very useful at keeping Fez's
I'm just
little
thinking they
bony
felt
ass alive.
and didn't mean like they're useless in general. I just said like the cleric, not cleric, the enchanter might have felt useless.
Right. No, I think maybe they did, but it turned out they said no, it had nothing to do with anything. They, it's just life happened or whatever. Because they really seemed to be in it at first. They were the ones that introduced me to the extra planar bags and stuff. Because I kind of knew they existed, but I didn't know that much about them. And so they sent me a couple along with the little regions that you need to expand them. And I'm like, wow, cool. Okay, thanks. I need to learn how to craft these now because these are awesome.
Yeah, the 20 slot bags.
Yeah. And I've crafted a bunch now.
Got a bunch of those for my Shadow Knight, so she's well equipped now.
So yeah, we could do that. We could so again, like level 10 or 20. And then we could all just run out and murder things in Blightfire Moors or something like that and whatever, and level up and redo some of the content. Maybe visit some old classic zones and stuff like that. And I'm willing to, have everybody chime in on where they want to go throughout leveling and stuff, as long as they don't say it's MPG.
Yeah. I think everyone could choose every other week if they wanted to pick somewhere in particular, and we just go with that as long as it's not MPG.
Right. Because I think it would be fun, and we could just do that on another day. So we could do it Friday or do it Saturday or whatever, And
I was going to say, my suggestion would be, why don't we get a group of named individuals, so like a set group of people, pick like a day that isn't Saturday. I don't want to ruin our Saturday group.
Well, I said Saturday by mistake. I meant Friday or any other day of the week. Saturday will pretty much be the same. We'll say that you have to be level 89 to group, or just anybody around that level that can group. 80 between 80 and 90 ish or something.
But maybe a good stream series for you to put YouTube videos out for, maybe another video series for you, is why don't we set up people to do a no Defiant armor.
That's not going to happen.
Hero's Journey run.
I could see doing that because my equipment on my Shadow Knight right now isn't Defiant.
Yeah, but it's plains stuff. It's I don't know if I can do that, man.
It's a little expensive at first to get the gear you need, but after that, it's like hunt for stuff you need, just camp stuff.
I would sooner rather do like a self-found group where you can use Defiant, but only if you found it, only if you looted it.
I think Defiant kind of destroyed the game, to be honest.
I mean, there's a whole series of armor quests and stuff like that. Like, you're not going to be without armor. Like, the hero's journey takes you through numerous armor
But
quests.
the hero's journey, even like at the low end, you're basically getting Defiant armor. It's consigned. The name is different, but it is Defiant armor.
Right, and you just don't use it.
So you're
I
gonna
think
you're
it's
gonna
sad.
quest it and not equip it?
You only get the consigned stuff from completing the achievements, but you can get quested and dropped armor. Like there's still drops and armor and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Are
they
we
give
talking
you the
like?
Defiant set. You just don't use it.
Are we talking like Kunark and Vilius, or are we
No,
discussing?
it's the hero's journey goes. It's the entirety of the Serpent Spine, from level 1 to like 80,
Oh, no wonder I don't remember that. I was too young.
and it's a whole series of It's a quest to quest to quest. You do all the quests in Crescent Reach, and you do all the quests in Lightfire, and you move all the way through the entirety of Serpent Spine. You never have to leave the Serpent Spine, and it's. I find it very fun because you're doing quests and you're progressing. The gear you get is not bad. It's not defiant, but like, so you just ignore the consigned stuff that you get because you get other things like there's quested weapons. Fez, you have a whole video about that two-handed staff that you like from the level 10 dude up on the third floor of
Yeah, I know. I
like.
I don't love the idea though. Honestly, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I
Suggestion.
yeah. See, because
I was about it.
so here's the thing. I was doing some low level because there were a few people that would ask, "How do you get gear if you don't have anything?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's do that. Let's make that a video series." And I started with a monk just because I don't know. And I'm like, I'm just going to get quested gear. I gave them like some rings just so they didn't die because the rings had some stats and hit points. And, but I'm like, let's quest the gear. At the very least, even if I cheat a little by giving myself some stuff or whatever, you can see the quest done and how it's done and where to go and get gear. So that's what I did. But I got so bored with it so quickly that I think I only did like maybe 3 or 4 videos. And it was basically going through like the hero's journey and, you know, doing those series of quests. You do 5, 6 quests or whatever. And then you get the consigned thing. And I'm like, so see, you do these 5 quests, you get this. You do these 3 quests and you get this. But if
You don't like that in particular, you're gonna hate the high level zones because all you do is get like pieces of the same set of gear for every 10 levels you get.
Right.
So it's like Defiant, only on a bigger scale.
Right. And so it just has the loot thing changed? Because I don't know what's going on. I keep hitting a button and instead of looting, everything's being left behind. So
That's because you probably made it not lootable. You probably hit the not need button.
no,
Yeah,
I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about after this kill. I gotta make sure I wait.
Oh, I'm not on the stream. Hold on.
I see what's going on. Okay. So usually I have this set over here where it's like set all to Dabriah and it just goes to them because it's just easier than having to wait. And this I only do when I'm soloing, of course, because if I'm grouped, I'm going to just let it all roll, right? But instead of having it all set to Dabriah, it was set to this. And if you click set all to leave all on corpse, then everything's just left behind. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Was there an update? Did they break something? So
Yeah,
I figured it
I did
out.
that up in Fort Mech. I actually was literally having to sit there and go, don't want. Yes, I want that. No, I don't want that. And then it just automatically loots it.
Yeah, so I just make it to where, you know, I loot everything. Sometimes I'd rather have a bunch of crap on me in my inventory at the end and just delete it or drop it or whatever than end up accidentally not looting most of the things that I want.
The and once you get it set the way you want, it'll do it forever.
Yeah, no, yeah. I love the advanced loot system. Like, if you remember when I was playing over there on Lazarus, they don't have an advanced loot system there. And I kept forgetting to loot stuff.
Yeah, I did that on P99. I was like, why am I not seeing anything show up? Oh, right, I have to actually right-click the corpse.
Right. And I'm like, how quaint, how archaic, how old school.
And that's how it used to be.
Yeah, and
And you can still do that. You can turn off the advanced loot system.
right. But who would want to? I mean,
Anyone who wants to sit there clicking on corpses.
right. I hated the advanced loot system probably as much as anybody in the beginning. I'm like, dude, you need to be a freaking PhD in advanced looting to just make this thing work. I don't get it.
I
But-
was the same way. I actually can't live without it now.
Right.
Once you figure it out and have it down pat, it's kind of like it's very difficult to let it go.
Right.
It's a miracle is what it is.
Right. I disabled it at first, but then eventually I'm like, let's try it, blah blah blah, whatever. And now I'm just like, yes, why did I ever fight this? I think it's just like anything new. At first you're like, no, this is bad, this is stupid.
Yes, that's exactly how it went. Sass and all. This is stupid. What am I doing this for? And you have to do it on every character, and it's like, ah, God.
The thing is, though, is that once they're all set, you don't have to ever do it again, and that's the best part about it.
Yeah. You know what would be kind of nice is, and I don't know, maybe you can, and I just haven't figured it out yet, just to import your loot settings on every character.
It's
That
merged.
would be nice.
It is. So if you do /ADV real fast before you pull, and you pulled.
Of course. Hang on. /ADV loot.
Yep.
Enter. I misspelled it. Okay.
Enter. And then go to edit filters. Bottom
Okay.
left button. And then you can merge replace filters, and then it'll bring up your INI folder.
Okay. So I can import.
Yep. So if you have it done on one person, you can replace your filters with their filters.
Okay.
Or
Interesting.
merge them together.
I would rather merge them because there might be some that I have set with one without, and not, some that I didn't set with another. Because I don't always
Wait,
play in the
is that-
exact same zones because I get bored with stuff.
Did they cover up the other one, though, or is it just added to the roster?
No, the only one that it edits is the character you're on. It will never ruin or screw with the other one.
Makes sense.
So if you merge, it's going to take any choice that you've put on something is going to be the choice you keep. Anything that's left that you don't have a choice on or you haven't made a decision on gets put into your filters. If you replace, you just take the entirety of their INI. And I didn't learn about any of this until I started dabbling in automation for the emulated servers that I was playing on. That actually taught me a lot about how to do proper things on live.
I gotta read some comments real quick. Low level might want to start at 20. Crescent Reach levels you up to 20. Yeah. I mean, I think 20 is a good point to start. Everybody could just level up to 20. I think initially with our group, we had said 10, but there were a few people that couldn't resist and they got themselves up to 20. So then we said, never mind, just everybody level up to 20 then. And that's what we went with. And then everybody grouped up for the first stream at level 20. And so maybe we'll do that for the newbie stream. just make a character, get yourself up to 20, and then wait until the stream, and then we all group and just murder a bunch of things in Blightfire. Or we can always go to some other level 20 zone if anybody really wants to.
There's the entirety of the old world that no one ever touches anymore.
It has
Yeah,
up to 17 viewers now.
nice. Yeah, I think our record is 25.
Yeah, but you're getting on an average of 17 now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, especially
Yeah.
on the weekends. Thoth said, they were talking about starting a new stream group for another day other than Saturday. Okay, that was what Hippie said. That's an awesome idea. They could have made it more intuitive. Oh, that's probably about the advanced loot comment. Yeah, they could have. But at the same time, I'm happy with it, you know? One of the things that used to bother me a lot about the old loot system was when I was old school fighting hill giants, and the damn hill giant would get stuck up on a tree, and nothing you did would get you close enough to be able to loot it.
Oh, like mobs getting stuck in the wall and stuff.
Right, up in a wall, up in a tree, and sometimes even if you did /target A, like a hill giant, you still weren't close enough to be able to actually type in /loot enter to loot, because there were those commands where if you couldn't right click, as long as you can target them and be close enough, you can type in /loot enter and still be able to loot. But if it was up, like a hill giant stuck up at the top of a tall pine tree or something, he was too far away distance-wise to be allowed to loot. So you had no idea how much platinum was on him or anything, and it would just rot up there.
All I can say to that is I have reached the top of the Plan of Knowledge library before on the flagpole, and I binded myself there once. So I can say that I can reach up any top tree if I need to.
Well, you know, sometimes we didn't have levitate or something, and it just we didn't know how the hell to get up there. Either that, or you're just got some skills that we don't know about.
I don't know. I just used to always climb things that I shouldn't have when I was younger in the game, and it was just like, how high does this go? Oh, there's a ledge here.
That's funny. But yeah, so just like we did with the initial group where we started at level 20, I'd say start this one at level 20. And I don't know about doing any kind of special rules, because while it might be interesting and fun for some, not everybody might be on board. And I kind of just like a general thing where more might be like, yes, you know, whatever. And for those that don't have any extra time to dedicate, it's so much easier if they could use whatever armor drops, you know, and just roll for it and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to think of everyone, not just myself, with that idea.
Another idea we could do is like random 1,000 on what zone we want to do that week, because whoever gets the top pick can then pick the zone.
Yeah, we could do that too. Like, if 2 or 3 different people have 2 or 3 different zones they want to go to, we could just do a roll on it. We could even just, you know, make a list or take turns.
Yes, what I mentioned earlier. I was like, we can always take turns and just start with Vez and then MMO Hippie or whoever's been here the longest.
Yeah, just whoever, you know, wants to make a character and join that team. You know, each person can take a turn and say where they want to go. And I will accept anything except for MPG. So,
I mean, we got to do our trials eventually.
no, we don't. We never did them on these characters, on Somber and
Don't they come
Actually, that's
automatically?
something that I've been planning on doing.
The what?
The trials is something I've been planning on doing.
But we're too high a level for it now anyway.
It's not unlocked.
Well, you're never too high level to do those trials.
Well, I'm always too high. I got fumes coming out the walls here, man. I don't know if it's black mold or
And
I thought I
crack.
was the one that smoked the dry weed.
For all I know, it might just be black mold, and I'm slowly dying, and that's my brain, my brain bleeding, my
God.
brain bleeding. Yeah, yeah. I'm cognitive. I'm coherent. Sure.
why is there so many wandering animals?
Well, the thing is, if you do the MPG trials, you do get permanent AA that increases your resist.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's going to be for nothing.
I think I did it on my cleric way back when I first started doing almonds
When you're
floor.
2.0, you went to the trials. I'm
Yeah.
almost
And then,
positive.
and then the same with the Dawn. The same with the Dawn progression. Dawn
Yes.
progression gives you guys
We killed Dragon.
increase in resist also. It also increases your hit points and mana.
If I decided to play a Shadow Knight, I'd have to get the 2.0 eventually anyway, so I understand that.
So yeah, we might be high level for those right now, but some of those are raids that you have to do in the Dawn situation.
Which we could easily do at our level.
Exactly. That's why I waited.
I know I wanted to do an Ashen Gate raid at one point for the gore spattered shoulders for the High Elf illusion. That's all. I wanted to get that for my Shadow Knight, but I just don't have the money for paying for someone to do it. So I figured, like, maybe I'll raid it.
But how many characters? You probably can solo it at 125.
I'm 121, but I mean, maybe I'm not really sure about the mechanics of the raid though.
Oh, I haven't thought about. There's mechanics in EverQuest raids.
Oh, like,
Yeah,
for some of them,
we
yeah.
did one when we were doing dragons. We had to kill certain things or whatever that came up on tracking.
Well, the worst part about the new raids is the fact that there's mechanics in them, like you can't stand inside this aura, you can't do anything if you don't bow first, you can't. If you don't bow, you get killed. It's like I don't understand this new mechanics.
If you wipe
Yeah.
your butt with single ply, you're automatically kicked out of the zone. You need to use two ply.
I mean, they
Yeah, the
do
newer
have those.
expansions are all just mechanics. They're not the old school, stand there and get your butt beat on for a while.
Yeah,
It's all
they're all
mechanics.
weird now. I missed
Yeah.
Almonds of War. That was my favorite time to raid.
See heal chains.
Yes.
The reason why I refuse to play a cleric on a TLP again.
I
I
got
will
my
never
cleric
play-
to 95 and got her epics, and I'm like, I don't want to level this character anymore because it's pointless now with mercs running around, and it's like, why would I want to level a cleric if I'm not raiding?
Cleric epic was fun. I didn't like having to go to the tide pool place or whatever in the middle of the
What,
zone.
That's
that,
the only reason why I won't play a cleric anymore is because of the epics. I did so many cleric epics. I refuse to do another one.
I don't want to do another one, and that's why I'm glad I have my character on FB and on test if I want to use her. She's the same level, but she's got Veil Valaris raid gear on test.
I like doing epic quests.
I
Warriors is
have
really
virtually
fun.
everyone, but unfortunately, it's like the Shadow Knight one I've done before on an account that I have no longer access to, and it's like I even did the 1.0 for the Shadow Knight, and I did it all within a week, and I was like, wow, I can't believe how simple that was.
Yeah. Shadow Knights is just go out and be an evil dick. Rangers and Druids are practically the exact same. Though I'm talking 1.0s. Warriors lightsabers are fun. I like doing the Warriors epic. Because that like feels kind of epic as doing that one. Rogue epic can be done at level 1. which is kind of
I
dumb.
always never understood that.
Bard Epic is sweet looking. It's easily one of the coolest looking epics.
I have that
and
on test.
it works as every instrument, which is just super cool. Yeah, there's a lot of Shaman's Epic is really fun because it literally makes you like trust the spirits, and you have to like go drown yourself and everything. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, I think the shaman one's cool.
Yeah, the Shaman one's cool. I like the Shaman one. The only thing I don't like about the Shaman one is sitting in City of Mist and getting all of the letters and everything.
The monk one's cool, but the certain mobs showing up is kind of a pain.
Berserker one's cool.
I don't like that part where you have to go into Planet Fear, though. Death Touch.
Death Touch is a thing.
Okay, I'm posting something here on the channel under Community tab, and it has to do with a question I want to ask everybody that's watching right now, if you'd like to. So the Dabriah and Dildaf Rogue Adventures group here that I'm playing is level 68 now. And this is something I used to do all the time, and I just keep forgetting to do, or whatever I kind of got out of the practice of doing. I would always ask the audience, like, where do I take them next? And so I want people to suggest, like, 5, 6 different zones or a few different zones. And I'll choose the, like, 5 best ones or whatever. And then I'll put a poll up, like tomorrow or whatever, and people could just vote on the poll, and that way I get audience participation, interaction and stuff, and on where to go next. So
Where did you post it again?
So if you got any ideas, if you go to the YouTube channel, the Fezzelwig's Farm YouTube channel, and then there's if you'll see home, but then you'll see community. So there's a tab that says community. You can go there, and there's like a bunch of stuff where I post stuff. Like there's even a picture of the broken fan
okay, I see it.
on there too.
Yeah, I know about community tab. I thought it was in Discord. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, the community tab on YouTube. So if anybody wants to make a suggestion, level 70-ish zone, where I should take the group next in the next video, feel free to do that.
One zone I can think of is Wall of Slaughter, or
Wall of Slaughter is awesome.
Yeah, Wall of Slaughter is awesome.
It's not a terrible idea. See, I don't mind Wall of Slaughter at all. I just don't like MPG.
Hey,
I think
Fez.
there's one zone above that, isn't there?
Yeah, there is Rift Seekers.
Yeah, Rift Seekers. Oh my gosh, it's an awesome zone.
If you are from
That is a good zone.
Zagany, which is how I pronounced it my entire life. If you're from there, do you happen to recall a ranger named Walker?
Not sure.
He's from Texas.
Right.
I mean, his name was Walker, Texas Ranger.
Right.
But
I'm sure that's probably what it was, because Ranger named Walker, yeah. I don't know. Who knows? I could have bumped into them.
he was the best tank on our server outside of Mocking Shin. As a ranger.
I swear I've seen him before, but I don't know if he's on FV.
I'm sure other people have taken the name because it's not a very ingenious name. But I just remember him being so geared to the brim and overpowered as a ranger. He was tanking in Wall of Slaughter. Like, what? Rangers
That's
at that
awesome.
point were no longer tanks. Like,
That's got some serious AC.
yeah. I remember him being crazy, and my one of my biggest memories with him is being in a group with him in Wall of Slaughter.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't me. I never had good gear back then. I was often refused to be in groups for any of my melee classes. They would let me group on occasion with my enchanter or my mage, but they never wanted my paladin because I didn't have enough hit points.
Oh god, man! Now I'm thinking of all the things I did on Zagany. Like, dude, I was part of Shields of Loyalty. Was the guild? Oh man, I just
'Cause-
had like a flash before my entire life of Everquest flash before my eyes, kind of thing.
My original server was Zev.
You got merged into Zagany then.
Yes. So I
Mine
came.
was the Seventh Hammer.
Yeah, I came from Zev. So I never played on. What did you say? What hammer? Seventh
Seventh
hammer. Oh yeah, I never played on
thing
Seventh
is-
Hammer. I don't think.
The funny thing is I made my cleric initially on Tunar, and then they merged with the Seventh Hammer, and I was like, "Oh, there's my old characters."
Yeah,
I was a
Druzel
Braille boy
Row
myself.
is where Zev ended up on Druzel Row. Druzel. Druzel Row got merged with Zegany, I think.
Yep. All right. I actually am being called by some friends to go play on the PlayStation.
Okay, have fun, man. So yeah, so we'll do that. Let's get, everybody get a character, get them to level 20. I don't really care what, even if we end up with like 3 paladins or something, it doesn't matter too much to me. I just, it's just for fun. It's sure we can try to do some progression and stuff too. But I don't ever want to be about.
That means I actually have to get up and level.
Yeah.
I'll probably make Necromancer.
Uh,
But I'm gonna first get my Ranger up. Well, no, I could just keep Wizard. The Wizard movement transportation is kind of neat for that Saturday group.
Mm-hmm.
and
Well, I'm
anybody
getting off here now.
I'll talk to
You guys have a good
later.
night.
anybody watching, if that sounds like a fun idea, you feel like you want to join a group, maybe we'll do it on Fridays or something. I don't know. We haven't set the date yet. But possibly Friday or another day during the week. It would just have to be whoever's free, able to join the group at that time. And it would, same rule, first come, first serve. If we end up getting, 7 people interested, then someone could end up left out on occasion if they're often late or something. But usually I think because the channel is still small enough, I don't really see it happening. I don't think we've ever had too many people on a Saturday stream either,
Yeah.
So
It's a bridge we'll cross when we get there.
right, I've never really had to turn anyone away yet. And I know if it comes, it'll break my heart. So I want to do this second group because that's what we can do. We could say, well, you could join the second group, make a new guy, So anybody watching, especially if you're in the Discord, if you're a channel member or anything, it'll be that much easier if you to join the Discord and you could join the stream. We'll do live stream and it'll be a good time. And we'll start at level 20 because I'm just trying to go through the tutorial like a 6-person group. That would just be a mess because you could pretty much solo the tutorial.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Tomorrow at least, if not before.
All right, man. Have a good one. Okay, Thoth. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, anybody's welcome. If they want to try that and just get something up to level 20 and play something different, it could be fun. Now I got to figure out what the hell I want to be, I chose a bard for the first group because I thought, let me support my friends here. This time I might take something a class a little more self-serving or something. I don't know. We'll see. Thoth, I would love to make a paladin. What is this here? Is this tattered scrolls? I don't need tattered scrolls. Yeah, I mean, honest, it would be great if we do have a team that's somewhat balanced, but if it's not, there's always a chance that we'll only have 5 players, and if that happens, then we'll fill the empty slot with whatever we need, you know, as a mercenary. Honestly, I always like having just 5 in the group because that means we still have a mercenary cleric, because I don't know a whole lot of people that want to play an actual cleric. Because it's real easy to just get sleepy and forget to heal somebody.
That's just because we're getting old.
Well, yeah, and I'm more than happy to admit it. Maybe not happy to admit it, but I'm comfortable admitting it. How's that?
There you go.
I'm never going to be happy that I'm getting old. Excuse me. So yeah, considering the channel's grown some, you know, the guild has grown some, and I think that maybe, yeah, there would be people that would enjoy being in a live stream and all that. We could be either Friday or Saturday. I mean, it could even be like on a Sunday, and I could do it as part of my Twitch stream. I don't know how many people are going to be on board with that. They'll be like, Twitch? Nobody's going to be on Twitch. I'm like, well, maybe eventually, if we have a decent group, give people something worth watching. Fez will choose mage. It'd be tempting, but I already have so many mages, man. I have my Oops All Gnome group to get my mage fix. Yeah, I don't know. I might choose something kind of weird. Like, just to be different. Or I might choose something... I'll try to choose something somewhat useful, but it's probably not going to be another bard. I'll tell you that. And it probably won't be a mage just because... You know... I just made like 5 and the enchanter. So who knows if I'm even going to be a gnome or not. I don't know. I might be a kind of gnomed out after that group.
You gnomed out? Doubt it.
Right. Oh, especially after the video. Was that the video I did today? I think it was today's video where I was sort of cussing out every race that wasn't a gnome. I was pissed. I was like, do I even post this video? I sound awful. I sound angry. Because I was doing the quest for the that rod, that staff, and my that dang wizard kept getting stuck up on all the walls and the doorways and stuff. So I don't know if anybody watched it today, but
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet today.
yeah, no worries. You might you might be glad you didn't. Yeah, the where I'm questing the staff of temperate flux. And it's funny because Esox makes a cameo appearance in the video. Because I guess he saw that I had a group in Permafrost. And he just showed up to buff the group. And I'm like, okay, cool. At first I'm like, oh great. Like, do I have to compete with somebody now? It's like, oh no, it's just Esox.
Estox is famous now.
Yep. Yeah, he was visiting during
He,
during
he's got his fan club working.
right. Yeah, he buffed the group. So yeah, it was, I don't know. Some days I make videos and I don't know if it's like I'm just in a mood or whatever, but I come off as a little bit angry. And I'm like, I hope that doesn't make anybody unsubscribe. I hope they could just see it for the silly humor that it is. That's why I leave those up. The eSox fan club, LOL. Cause yeah, you know, I figure, you know what? No, it'll be funny if I'm angry now and then. Come on, it's freaking hilarious. Trying to think, is there? No, there's nobody wearing leather in this group. I've got chainmail, and plate, because there's the bard, right? But yeah, I like the idea of the other group. It gives me an excuse to make yet another alt.
Well, you're always down for that.
Right. Make some equipment for him and all that stuff. That might be what I work on tonight and tomorrow. Start getting that, figure out what I want to be. I still haven't invited the Oops All Gnomes group to the guild either. I don't know if I'm going to or not. It just might be so confusing having that many Fezzles, you know? Because they all have some variation of the name Fezzle.
Well, at least we'll know who they are.
Right. Yeah, everybody will know it's one of my alts. I won't even need a note.
Throb said, I'm thinking about making a gnome rogue called Izzy.
Izzy. It'd be kind of funny. I could always make my next character with some sort of variation of the name Somber.
You can always go enchanter.
Go what?
You can always go enchanter.
Yeah. But I'm support and crowd control with the other group, so I don't know if I want to do it again. I mean, I might still play support because I don't know. If you're sort of leading the group, although a lot of times you're the one leading the group and I'm just sort of following. I think it's good to be support. But if you're gonna solo a lot, then it's sometimes better to play something self-sufficient. Now I'm kind of itching to like log off and get that alt started. So how was your day, hippie?
Oh, not too bad. I was trying to catch up on the stuff I didn't do the last couple of days. I took Wednesday and Thursday and just kind of camped out and healed up a little bit.
Turned myself into a gnome again. Do I want to pull him? I don't know. There's a chance I'm going to end up with 3. Maybe I'll pull this one instead. Oh, never mind. I got aggro right here. Maybe a necro. Yeah, I was actually thinking maybe a necro, but we'll see. I have that one necro, I think he's named Fezzle Wicked, that I did for the tutorial. And he's already sort of twinked a little bit. So I could always just play him. But I'll see, I'll figure it out. I gotta see what account he's on. I want to make sure he's on one of my gold accounts. Excuse me. I think he's actually on the same account as Ginger. Because Somber is on Fez's account, I think. So you'll never see Somber and Fez at the same time. At least, you know, Fezzlewig, the original Fez. I haven't even been checking on the stream to see how many people we have now. 14.
14.
Yeah. So, yeah, a reminder again, every Saturday we get together, we stream a full team, or almost a full team usually. And we voice chat, live stream Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time or New York City time, whatever is easier to remember. And it's usually a good time. It's a lot more fun when there's more people chatting in the stream. Although it can be a little chaotic sometimes.
New word.
Yeah, chaotic. Just combining words now. It's Fezzlewig shorthand. I'm not the only one that does it too, though, so it makes me feel better about myself. I watch a lot of other YouTubers, and some of them will leave these little faux pas in there where they completely mispronounce a word. And I'm glad they do it, though, because I'm like, oh my god, I feel so much better about myself. It's like maybe I'm not really in cognitive decline. Maybe it's just something that after you're talking for like an hour, it happens. It happens a lot when I'm working and I'm talking to my passengers all day long. I'll start saying numbers wrong. Like, it might say, 2254 is the address, and I'll say it as 2245. And they'll say, no, 54. And I'm like, right, that's exactly what I meant to say, but I just saying it backwards. I'm sorry. I usually just laugh.
I'll purposely mispronounce stuff with the kids just for fun.
Right. Yeah, maybe eventually I'll get myself out of the habit of looting everything, but until then, I'm still doing it. Walnut Alley, Fees, have you watched Sippy Cup? I'm assuming you meant Fez, not Fees. Who is Sippy Cup?
He's a YouTuber.
Okay. I don't know if I've seen them. I may have and just don't remember the name. Because I do watch a lot of YouTube. I'd probably get more work done if I didn't. So I'll look them up. Do they do gaming videos, or what's their content about?
He does a lot of EQ stuff.
Oh, okay. So I might have seen him. I've seen a lot of the
He's definitely a Jersey guy. He's definitely got a lot of Italian in him.
Okay. I grew up around a lot of Italian people, so I actually adopted a lot of these mannerisms because I grew up in Queens. So, but I grew up around a lot of Italian and Jewish neighborhoods. So I talk with my hands for once. A lot of times I'm talking, and even though I cleared up the sound, you'll hear me accidentally hitting the mic on occasion because I'm talking with my hands. And, you know, excuse me. And I use a lot of words that I picked up, or phrases, like calling someone a rubberneck, or like a Jewish term was like a putz or schmuck or something, which those are actually kind of naughty to say. Or like schmutz, or mishigas. Just things I've picked up because of where I grew up. And then there's the different accents that I always heard, and a lot of them I enjoyed, you know? Like a lot of the accents in the more Italian neighborhoods was always like, "Hey Jimmy, how's it going? Let's get some pizza," you know. And then an accent that I would hear in the more Jewish neighborhood was more like, "Oh, hello, how you doing? Oh, I like the curtains. I like what you did here," you know. "Let's get some bagels. We'll have some coffee. Take a walk. We'll talk." And there's differences, and it's all in the same city. It's all in Queens.
It's all in the same block, basically.
It's just you go from one street to the next sometimes. Excuse me. Can't wait to get my car back. I want to buy some soda. Sometimes drinking a soda helps with my cough.
Have they gave you an estimate of when it's going to be done?
I talked to the insurance adjuster or whatever called me today, and said they're still working on it. So that probably means, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get it next week at some point. I don't know when next week. But again, I'd rather them take a little longer and do it right and do something nice than hand me my car that looks like it's still wrecked, you know?
This is true.
So yeah, I don't want it back until it's fixed. So I'm not even trying to be pushy with them. If they say we'll be ready by this day, I'll wait until that day. If I hear from them, great. If I don't, then I'll wait till the next day to call them and say, hey, but it's the weekend now, so obviously I won't hear back from them at least until Monday. So come Monday, I might give them a call and ask them if they have a new estimated time if they don't call me first. Because I'm sure they got to paint it and stuff too, and then the paint's got to dry. And then I don't know if they end up putting like a second coat or a clear coat on it or whatever. Because it was really messed up. It's not like just something they're going to tap out. For all I know, they might have had to replace the whole door. Because the door would shut, but it wasn't shutting correctly. I could tell there was always something wrong. So I don't know if there was
That could have just been the bend in the middle too. If they had
Maybe.
popped that out.
Right. Yeah, it could have been something small, but it could have been something larger. And like I said, I was just happy that they did get more money out of the claims guy to do everything correctly. I mean, I'll be happy if they end up touching some of the things that might have been messed up before the accident. But I doubt it, you know, because that would have been on the other side of the car. But it was pretty much like new when it was hit. Nobody would really be able to tell. It's a 2022. So that's how new it was. And that's why I was as crushed and as heartbroken when it happened. Because I'm like, dude, what the hell? And I still owe an insane amount of money on it. So, still making payments. I just hope that if I have another accident, that at least it's not for another 5 years. You know? Let me earn some of my money back. Has a nice level something twink series. I think I'm missing part of that word.
He's talking about sippy cup still.
Level 1 twink series. You know, I might have seen that. Is it the one, the guy where he's got a level 1 that he twinked with nothing but like crazy raid gear and stuff that you get from planes and all that? And he just keeps that character at level 1. He doesn't play him or get any XP on him. He just has him twinked out with a bunch of gear just to show off. Okay, yep. I've seen him. I saw the video just the other day. I don't see the point of gearing up a character and not playing him, though. That's where I would disagree with him. I mean, it's interesting, you know? It's I guess a cool idea or experiment. But if I went to the trouble of getting that gear, you bet your butt I'm going to play them. So they're not going to stay level 1 for very long. But I guess he just sees it as sort of like a showpiece. Like, yeah, this is my ultimate twink, you know?
Yeah, it's mainly just for bragging rights.
Yeah.
This is what I can do with a level 1.
Right. But I don't think he's going and getting that stuff alone with just the level 1. He'd be smushed.
Oh no, he's getting it with his higher level tunes.
Right. A trophy of sorts. Yeah. Yeah, I remember he said that in the video. It's like his trophy. Like I said, it's a cool idea. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to resist, you know, not playing the character. I'm like, no, I went to the trouble of getting this stuff and get, you know, on this character. I'm going to play him. You know, if I could one hit an orc or whatever, or do like some crazy things like, you know, take a level 1 that's twinked out to the wazoo and see what's the absolute highest level monster he can solo or something.
Yeah, see, I've always been fond of the self-found groups.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I have the willpower. Not to mention, it sort of eliminates all the work I did with Fez. Like, I went to the trouble of getting all his skills up that high to not make equipment for a new character. I'm like, no. I have to. I'm compelled. I went to all the trouble to get this skill up, so yeah, I would probably end up twinking everything I make eventually, even if I don't at first. I think I could resist it for only so long. But maybe eventually I'll give it a shot. I'll never say never with anything.
Yeah, I do find it fun doing that. I'm doing that over on Dremel right now. Going old school, no Defiant.
Now, is that a server where Defiant drops or no?
Oh yeah, it's a live server.
Okay. But if you loot it, you just sell it, or...
Yeah, if I loot it, I'll just put it up on the bazaar and sell it. But it's actually making me go out to other zones and farming up gear.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I see Defiant, I usually put it on. The only one that I was really able to hold out on Defiant was Ginger, just because I really liked the look of the, you know, the whole sports bra look that she was sporting for a while. But even with that, now she's finally wearing, what is this, mana-infused pot of water? Interesting. Now she's finally wearing, like, human cultural that she crafted herself.
Well, I joined that progression guild over there.
Oh, right,
and,
right.
They level locked at 52.
Cool.
So it's making me think, okay, what can a level 52 wear that's going to give me the best?
Yeah, see, I think one of the reasons why I don't want to do a group not using Defiant gear was because I already went down that route where, you know, we didn't have Defiant gear, and I was always treated crappy by other players because I didn't have enough hit points or this or that or whatever. And now that I can make better gear and equip better, I don't want to go through that again. And yeah, it probably won't happen, you know, because we're playing with guildies and everybody wants to group, but I just, for me, I'm like, yeah, no. If I see good gear, I'm going to put it on. If it's an upgrade, I'm going to wear it. But I, you know, always feel like there could be someone else if they want to do a stream and do that for their rule set. More power to them. I'm just not that good at finding gear sometimes that isn't readily available. And some of the quests, they are kind of a pain in the butt. Like, I think if you... Like today's video, I was clearly frustrated with questing. That's another new word. Questing for the staff of Temperate Flux.
Yeah, some of the quests can be a pain in the derriere.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through that with the hand dog that we still haven't finished up.
Right. I still gotta go there and finish. Yeah, I think everybody just got burned out from that zone after so long. But I think everybody's at the level and at the point where they could probably finish it solo.
Joby won in chat.
I'll read it. Questing for heroic gear was hard, but defiant gear was easy by comparison. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, you know, sometimes questing is tough. And unfortunately, I know it's probably a character flaw or some other kind of flaw, whatever it's called. I do have a problem with my attention span. My attention span can be short at times. And I think that's one of the reasons why I end up with so many alts. I get tired or burned out pretty easy. Oh, wow. I didn't think I was going to pull all of these. I thought I was just going to get maybe one or two. But okay. So yeah, I tend to get burned out and tired or annoyed at some stuff, so that's why I like switching and playing different alts and stuff.
See, with me in situations like that, I just turn the music up, hit the pipe a couple times, and keep going.
I don't have a pipe to hit. Maybe I need one. I don't...
Sounds like somebody above you had a pipe to hit and hit it too hard.
Right.
Made it leak.
Right. Well, it looks like we're gonna survive this because we already got 2 of them dead and we're still here. Dildaf is even back to full health. Paragon armor was pretty easy too to quest for too. Well, I thought some of it was easy, but some of it was kind of a pain in the butt. Like, I never finished questing all the Paragon because once we hit 80, it's like, yeah, let's just go get Abstruse. Why are we going to mess with Paragon now? Because you can just grab like 8 candies and boom.
Because not everybody has higher level alts that have farmed up a whole bunch of candies.
Yeah, yeah. This is true. So I'm at 12 viewers now. So I might actually run AFK for a minute. And to do that, I might play some ads. Nobody's complained about him so far, so figure they're enjoying.
Got any new ones yet?
Just that one I added, the bizarre one. I'll try to add some more this coming week. I've just been kind of busy and with weird stuff happening, like the computer broke and then my ceiling and just other things that there was one day where I was pretty productive where I worked on 3 different videos. So I had gotten that done. So yeah, let me come up the wall here a little further so I don't come back to a corpse. I will set the bard to play an invisibility song. And I will play some ads for everybody while I go AFK for a little bit and take a short break. Hopefully everybody enjoys this. And I will disable the voice thing for just while the ads are playing. So I'll be right back, folks. Hey there! Are you looking for some bargains on the Throne of Eye server? Come check out Smitty's Savage Stockpile. We got the best horde of weapons and armor this side of Norath. Are you in need of some chain armor? Here's an ornate Defiant chain tunic. Lightly used. Oh, the reddish brown stains? That's just a little bit of dried blood. Use some Fuzzle Cutter Formula 500 and it'll come right out. Maybe you're looking for a new weapon. This flawed Defiant Brawl Stick is nearly new. Just use some more Fuzzle Cutter Formula 500 to dissolve the bits of brain matter that fuse to the iron spikes. Are you hungry? We've got you some fish rolls and some batwing crunchies. Wash it down with a nice, you guessed it, Fuzzle Cutter's Formula 500. Yes sir, no matter what you're hankering for, we got it here at Smitty's Savage Stockpile. Come on down to the bazaar and look us up. We've got what you need. Lightly used, of course. Why buy new? It's Verona Vi. Do you find yourself nervous, irritable, depressed? Keep it up and come see me. Yes, I'm Wild Bob, and I'll take care of all your unlife needs for you. Can't afford a big fancy funeral or one of them expensive boxes? Don't worry, I don't dabble in that anyway. You come over to East Coast Cemetery, you hand me $50. When nobody's looking, I'll slip that cadaver in a nice empty hole for you. It'll be a lovely lot, lovely cemetery. I can't tell you where it's going to be, but I promise it'll be somewhere nice. We're just going to slip them in where some other rich folk got themselves unalived and boxed and buried, and we'll just toss them up there on top. And then throw some soil over there so nobody will be none the wiser, except for us, because we know better. So come see me, Wild Bob, and I'll take care of your unlife needs. Thank you. Are you looking for a ride, but you're sick and tired of all these fake, polite Uber and Lyft drivers saying, "Good day, sir. How are you, sir? Oh, don't you look lovely, ma'am? Oh, can I hold your bag for you?" Well, here at Toxic Taxi, you won't get any of that fake crap. No, you'll get the real deal. You'll get the whole New York experience. We'll tell you up yours. If you try to ask one of our cab drivers to hold your bag, we're gonna say, "Hey, why don't you hold this, pal?" Don't expect us to get the door for you either. No, you open your own damn door. You got arms, right? Yeah, you could open your own door. You could close it too. You slam it and we'll kick you in the nods. Yeah, that's right. I said we'll kick you in the nods. And if you want to do something about it, you can't. Because to use Toxic Taxi, you gotta sign a full disclaimer. Yeah, that's right. You can't sue us. You can't prosecute us. You can't put us in no jails. No, we get to do what we want because we're Toxic Taxi. So if you're sick of all the fake polite crap, then call us and we'll come and get you and we'll tell you to your face that you look like a knucklehead and you're an idiot. What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you want someone yelling at you in a taxi cab? Not to mention, our cabs are all filthy. Look at this jalopy behind me. It's crap. It's older than the 90s. But if you want to be in a urine-soaked cab and get yelled at the whole time, yeah, we're the ones for you. So call us. Toxic Taxi. Hey, up yours. Do you find yourself troubled by a spooky specter or an aberrant apparition, and you're just at the end of your rope because you don't know what to do? Well, the undead and unalived are just like us. They have unfinished business, and I'm here to tell you that I can help that aberrant apparition finish. Yes, that's right. Here at Happy Harry's Spooky Spectre Spunk Job, we will take care of that aberration's unfinished business. Yes, we're happy to help them finish. They'll be so happy that they will leave you of their own accord. No fancy light show or particle accelerators needed. Yeah, we'll just take care of it the old-fashioned way. The way your mom used to. So if you're bewildered and bothered by those things that go bump in the night, don't hesitate to give us a call, day or night. We will take care of your unalived and undead needs. Just call us. We're just a phone click away. You can also find us on Tinder. Technical difficulties? What the hell is that? Why aren't you guys playing my spot?
We found your advert to be very inappropriate, sir.
Inappropriate my ass. You're gonna play it.
Well, no, we can't do that, sir. You need to sit down. Put that thing down. That is not a toy, sir. No, put that down.
I said you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it now, or you're gonna suffer consequences.
Don't get excited now. No, violence isn't the answer.
All right, I'm back. Make sure I turn the desktop audio back on. We should be all set. Oh, I gotta plug the phone in too, because the battery's starting to drain. Thank you. Fuel for fire. This is a little bit high. Okay. Desktop audio. Let me have that down to 75. Should be good. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it up to 100. We'll see. People could tell me if it sounds too loud or not. So yeah, hopefully nobody minded the ads again. It's the first time I played it this week though, so. And hopefully it's a heck of a lot better and more entertaining than just watching the screen, the game screen with the sign that says that I'm AFK. It took me all day to do those too. Well, to do 3 of them, and then I did that one in the beginning. I put it in the beginning now. The Fronavi Bazaar one. That was done another day, but I just added it to the rest.
I do like that taxi one.
Cool. It was fun to do. I need to do more like that, you know, just even if I just become like a silly comedy variety channel. It's kind of like what my channel used to be like back in the day when because I had one when I was in my 20s and I did goofy stuff like that. But nobody ever watched. I never really got off the ground. Probably because I didn't post consistently enough like I do now.
That could be.
If you could fake singing, you could do a spoof of those old TV commercials, song collections. Yeah, I don't think I can really do that unless I
can't lip sync.
Yeah, but the thing is, you need one thing is I would need some kind of music, and most music is, you know, copyright protected, and I don't know how much I can get away with and I don't want like copyright strikes. It's kind of the same reason why I stopped doing like Buffy reaction videos. One, nobody was really watching them, and two, I wasn't comfortable with the idea of getting in trouble for it, and then all the work I'd done building the channel until then, you know. I mean, especially after my channel was completely deleted and removed for those couple of days until I got them to reverse their decision. I'm like, look, what did I do? I didn't do anything. It's like every one of my videos that had anything copyrighted was approved by the copyright holder, because every one of my reaction videos that I did, that like the Buffy ones, was flagged at first, but I went and I challenged it, and I said, this is under fair use, it's a reaction video, blah blah blah, you know, and it was released. It was released by Disney, so they released it, and even, you know, allowing it to be monetized. Even if I had enough you know, subscribers, it would have been. But again, nobody was watching them, which is crazy, because I was like, everybody's watching all the other ones. Like every single reaction YouTuber that does Buffy reactions had like 10,000 subs minimum. And I'm like, hey, that's an easy way to get up there in subs. But not for me. Nope. I just guess I don't react enough or something.
They were Buffy'd out.
Maybe, or maybe it was because I couldn't say with any honesty that it's like, yes, I've never seen the show before, because I've seen it. And I tried to be honest and upfront about that. And maybe that's what, you know, people want to see, someone who's never seen it. But I really doubt that many people have never seen that show, because it was huge. How did you not see that show and lived through the 90s, you know? But it had been a long
I did it
time.
very easily.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I didn't watch Buffy, so I did it very easily.
Okay. Well, you could always do a reaction to it then. I didn't watch Buffy. Oh, okay. I did, and I really enjoyed the show. But I thought, you know, it's been so long, and watching it again, I might see things that I hadn't seen before, you know? I mean, it's still a reaction. Of course, I won't be quite as shocked as others, because I remember a lot of the pivotal, like, big moments, but nobody's going to remember everything. And again, you know, I tried to be genuine and honest. It's just, I feel that a lot of them out there have seen it, but they just kind of, you know, do the little lie that they haven't. And then they go and predicting almost every single plot point in the story. I'm like, nobody is that good. Nobody. You're disingenuous and full of crap. And unfortunately, everybody's eating it up. But I don't know. Again, I don't have proof. It's just my thoughts. And I don't ever say that to them. It's just what I'm thinking in my head, because I'm polite. I try not to even call people out, even when I really do think they're lying, unless it impacts me personally, and unless I feel like it's super important, you know? But I really don't care. If somebody lies on YouTube and says, yes, I've never seen it before, first time reaction, and they have seen it, well, good on them if they can, you know, make it seem like they've never seen it and get viewers that way. And part of me thinks I could have done that, but I'm a terrible liar. So I didn't.
Well, usually people who do reaction videos like that are more hype people than anything. They want to hype everything up.
Yeah. They might exaggerate their reactions.
Exactly.
And I just don't know anybody that reacts that bigly or that much to stuff. I mean, I'm guilty of watching them, and enjoying it a lot of times. Because some of them, yeah, I'm just like, oh boy, you're in for something, because I know what's going to happen because I've seen it. And then I see they're reacting and I'm like, okay, that's a little over the top. I don't know if that's something I could actually do. I'm
It's
better
all
at
for the Benjamins.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said it's all for the Benjamins.
Yeah. The only time I really can have a big reaction, which maybe some folks have noticed in some of my videos, is when I start getting murdered in Everquest or something bad happens. You know? Wait, what's going on? I saw someone say something in guild, but all they said was how. I don't know if that's if they meant to say hi or hey. Or if they were answering something that I said in the stream. But yeah, I actually was hoping that the whole Buffy reaction thing would have gotten more viewing. If it did, I would have kept going with it, even with, you know, the risk like of copyright issues. Because even though, yeah, they approved it and released it and said, yeah, this video is fine, you never know what can happen in the future. Like later on, whoever was working at Disney that approved this and that gets fired or leaves of their own accord and gets replaced by someone else, and then someone else re-reviews some things and they're like, yeah, this should never have been approved, copy strike all of this, and the next day Fez doesn't have a channel no more, you know? So I was actually tempted to remove those videos from the channel. So I don't know. But maybe I could just create another channel and start over. I could always pretend like I hadn't seen it, but again, bad liar here. And I could always claim, like, if somebody finds out, I'd be like, I was playing a character.
There has been a lot of reaction creators that got caught up in that little false banning or whatever that went on.
Yeah.
Because they got their channels shut down for a little bit.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that does worry me, is that, like, I just feel like everybody else could do it and get away with it, but if it happens to me, I don't know if anybody's going to care enough to be like, yeah, let's leave YouTube some messages and try to get him his channel back, or because that's what happens a lot. Like anybody with a large enough audience, they can be on one of their other platforms, Twitch or this or that or whatever, or even their Patreon. A lot of them have a Patreon, and they'll have like 500 Patreon subscribers, and I'm like, wow. So they're making at least $2K a month just with Patreon alone. I was like, that would be nice. Because like I said, I don't want to drive anymore. I'd be really content just making videos all the time. Even if I didn't have time for anything else, it would still be better than driving all the time. Because it's just not safe anymore. But yeah, so a lot of those will have other ways of getting in touch with viewers. And when they do that, they could be like, hey, you know, leave tweets and stuff to YouTube or whatever and say, hey, you know, can you reinstate this channel or something? And sometimes it works.
They'll also get other YouTubers to protest on their channels.
Right, to say something. Yeah, but I don't think that my channel's ever going to be that size or that big. I'm shocked that we're this close to 1K. I mean, in my mind, I still have like maybe 10 viewers.
We're only 53 away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I might have to dye my beard red.
We're pushing for it.
Yep. Oh, it'll 100% be worth it. I think once you get over a certain point too, as long as you put out regular content, even if it's not every day, you're just gonna grow. I don't really see how a channel would ever get smaller unless they completely stopped putting stuff out. Because then eventually, yeah, you know, accounts might close or whatever. Or people just stop logging in or... Excuse me. You know, people move on or pass away. You know. And if there's no new subs, then yeah, over time you starts to shrink. So anyway, well, still got 13 people watching. It's crazy how many more people watch here on YouTube than on Twitch. Is Twitch like slowly dying, or is it just that we're in this special niche bubble that there's only a few people at a time over there looking for EQ videos, or streamers, I mean.
Twitch is dying unless you're doing the most recent and popular game or whatever. Yeah, game-wise over there on Twitch, it is dying.
Oh, that's a shame.
YouTube is building up in their viewers.
Yeah.
Basically because YouTube is more popular for videos itself.
Right.
Now that they're doing live videos, yeah, a lot of people are just staying with YouTube and not going to Twitch.
Right. It figures I would go and start Twitch when it's on the decline instead of when it's becoming bigger or better. I guess maybe there's like a different platform out there that might be taking over. Someone tried to convince me to start an account on some service called Kick, which is supposed to be like Twitch.
Oh, there's a few different services like Twitch out there. They're just not as popular.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go with something that's like less popular than Twitch, with Twitch already being kind of on the outs.
I thought about starting to do some YouTube streams instead of Twitch.
Yeah.
See how that compares.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be just as good. Like, we get a lot of viewers on ours. You know, most I've gotten here has been 25. But I always get at least about 10 people on average on YouTube, whereas with Twitch, I think the most I've ever had might have been close to 10. But meanwhile, on YouTube, the most I've had was 25. I haven't leveled up at all. I'm still 68. At least I don't think I leveled up. I'm pretty sure I was 68 when I started. But I got some XP. Let's take a look. Yeah, 0.718 per kill.
That's kind of low.
Yeah, it is a little low. Yeah, I might go and do the dailies instead. The kill the whirlwinds and then go kill saboteurs and deserters or black sail pirates. Oh, my Bard was still playing the invisibility song from earlier. That's funny. So yeah, I think I'm just going to use Throne of Heroes, actually. I know I've got the Druid parked over there. I might actually take a break for the night. Like, you know, call it a night. Because it's already 9:30. And I'm getting kind of tired. Plus, I have that little excitement of the thought of making a new character for another stream. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna create.
And you'll figure it out, then start making stuff to twink him out.
Right. A bunch of bags.
And you'll be up all night.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty good about disciplining myself enough to go to bed at a decent hour, but that nothing will keep me from waking up early, and the first thing I do is log in and start, you know, making gear. So yeah, I just got to figure out what the hell I'm gonna play. You know, and I'm sure eventually one of the groups can catch up to the other one, and the two groups can just sort of intermix with who plays with who or whatever. Because, yeah, we all started off at level 20. And I remember that first day we went out there and we just started killing trees and stuff in Blightfire. I think we were doing some of the quests, like with the giant tree, where you kill some trees and then you go kill some mushrooms or something like that. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Yeah,
I
sometimes.
actually joined later than that, so I'm not for sure.
Yeah. What, you joined later?
Yeah, I didn't start when you guys started that group.
Oh, really?
I joined the group a little bit later.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn you were there from the beginning.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few people that left since then, but you know, seems like we keep getting new people, so not really worried about it. I think. Hey, I did get some Darkfell Nullfangs. So what I should have done was used Origin, because I could go to Crescent Reach to turn those in, get some extra XP. I don't know if it'll be enough to put me over to 69, but still good XP. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're interested in creating a new character to join a new group or not. You've got a couple of different things going on.
Well, I figured I'd make one.
Okay, cool.
But if there's new ones that want to join that group, I'll sit out since I'm on the Saturday stream.
Right. Okay, cool though. Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. So far, it's just 3. So we'll see if we get more or not. But yeah, it's because it's been fun doing it, grouping up and everything. And it's kind of brought me back to the old school days of Everquest, you know, just grouping with everybody. And it's so convenient having the Discord and being able to voice chat with everybody as opposed to sitting there typing. What server are we on? We are on Veronavi. Chris Gaylor.
Sounds like Joby One's going to go enchanter for that group.
Dibs enchanter class. It's like, no, I'm playing an enchanter. Let's just play 6 enchanters. I'm kidding, of course, but I wouldn't care if there were. You know, I'm sure we'd figure something out. Just everybody charm a monster or something. Every monster would just be slowed and dotted and slowly rotting, you know. But yeah, we are in the Veronavi server. We plan on doing a new group. Everybody's gonna just make a new tune and get up to level 20. So then maybe by next Friday, we will group up for the first time with new tunes at level 20. And probably meet up at either in POK or Crescent Reach or something. $50% bonus server, nice. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get up to level 20 here. Not to mention the free trade is always nice. Jeff Barnett, Ventrilo is what I used back in the day. Not even sure Ventrilo is still around. I think I've heard of that before. It was like a service for voice chatting for gaming online. And I think Everquest has their own thing now too, don't they? Like a voice chat of some sorts. Yeah, because if I hit the W and open up this stupid window selector window that I never use because I think it's ridiculous, there's some kind of button here, I think, that toggles the voice. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe that was actually on Project Lazarus, where it had a voice button up here somewhere. But anyway. So coming next Friday, we're gonna do that. We'll probably meet up at 6 p.m. Here in POK or something like that, level 20 characters, and we'll group up. We'll try to play up to like level 30 probably, because it probably won't be hard, especially if Blightfire Moors is still a hot zone, which it usually is. XP in that zone is usually crazy. Because I think during our first video, we pretty much got up to 30. The first 25 or 30 the first stream. I think we even had an XP bonus during that first stream. I'm not sure. I just know it was kind of chaos. So yeah, anybody that wants to group, make a character, level them up to 20 by next Friday. We can try to fit everybody in. Of course, there's only 6 people to a group, so room would be limited, and we're just going to do like first come, first served. So yeah, I guess that's about it. And we're down to 11 viewers, so I don't feel too bad ending the stream at about here. I appreciate everybody for watching, and also thanks Hippie for joining in the chat.
No problem.
And also Joby won earlier for pointing out the whole issue with the sound volume of the voice chat, because I had disabled my desktop audio. So thank you very much.
No problem. See you Saturday.
Yeah, see you then. And yeah, good night. Fuel for fire. And good night, everybody else. Thank you again for joining the stream. I really appreciate everybody. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Help me get to that 1K mark. I will be forced to dye my beard red for Christmas if you do before December 24th or by December 24th. And I will make sure to do a good live stream or something as soon as my beard has been dyed and looks all clean and neat and blow dried. Because of course you have to blow dry it. So, yeah, good night, everybody.
Have a good one.